So, welcome back to Pax Mithdosica. Does someone want to summarize what happened last session?
Big old fight.
Big old fight. That was about 2 hours of it. What happened before that?
I
Didn't
can
we
take a
just
shot at it if you want.
go for it?
Sure. So we sorry, I'm doing kitchen stuff on the side.
Okay.
We started out as Renesmee arrived with the reinforcements from the mainland. Well, mainland, not mainland, but not mainland. And as she did, she came to the fort after a quick realization that we're still alive and she's alive, and she came. We talked a bit about how to proceed with the reinforcements she brought, which we decided that they're gonna go to the city or town or whatever to take it back from the people, the Raven people.
True.
However, they managed to capture one of the Raven abominations, the big ones, and using tongues, let me talk to them, and found out that he was like a 9-year-old boy who didn't know where he was or what's happening.
Yeah.
So after talking to him a bit and realizing he didn't have any information what was going on, he was barely lucid. We decided that the most merciful thing you could do in that situation would be just end his misery.
Yeah. Do you remember the method by which?
Yeah.
Oh god.
While Peach was praying, Renesmee was praying, Zetnius teleported 500 feet into the air and dropped it.
Still the most creative execution method. Also, I remember Yogi specifically said, like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna teleport you, buddy, so they can get the bird thing's consent before he fucking dropped him 500 feet."
Yeah, because he can't use Dimension Door with somebody if they don't have consent.
Thank God.
I'm pretty sure that rules is written. You can't even use it on a large creature.
Is that true?
I think it has to be medium or smaller.
I'm just... It's not really relevant, but I am curious.
Yeah. Either way,
it just has to do with the size of the caster, which in this case, it would be medium because Zednius is medium. That's interesting.
Oh. Oops.
The more you know.
The more you know, the more Zednius sees.
Yeah, then, you guys traveled through the foggy nightmare that is Gala Isle, and then you fought that huge fight. We'd wrapped up, the cleansing of the battlefield. There was no permanent burials, like proper burials for any of these bodies, but Father Hyperion, burned sticks of incense over the dead. He closed their eyes. He gave a brief lecture on, where all these souls will go. And now we're back on the road, back on the trail. So, since it's been a week, I'm just going to tell you what you were doing last time, because I think you were generally on the right track. So your plan was to continue along the coast until you reach the rear side of the tile containing the Hall of the Raven Tyrant, and then you're going to approach from the rear.
That was the plan.
Yeah. Additionally, it's about, it's later in the day, but it's not the end of the day. So you guys probably got another couple hours of travel in you. So since we're in the swamps, we're going to burn through 2 additional tiles before you guys make camp. So where do we want to go? Northwest or southwest?
Northwest.
Alrighty. Now, to your southwest, you can make out the sort of silhouette of mountains through the fog. And where do we want to head?
Northwest.
Alrighty. As you guys are traveling, the fog begins to change a bit in character. The sickly green that it has been for essentially the entire journey so far begins to transform to almost like a light teal. It's a pretty subtle transformation, and it happens over the course of the next 2 miles of travel. And then you guys decide to make camp. It's hard to find a dry piece of ground in a swamp. They do exist, though. You can find some rocky areas which aren't really suitable for a tent site, but then you find a section of non-submerged beach, and that's where you decide to make camp. You begin the rapid process of setting up tents. Father Hyperion builds a fire. It's, a hurried process of about 20 minutes, fighting insects all the way, but sure enough, the camp can be established. And as you sit around the fire eating some rations, which is going to cost 7 rations from, I don't remember who was carrying them. Maximus, I think?
Maximus.
Well.
Yeah, 7 rations from Maximus's sheep. As you guys are eating, you notice when it's really quiet, when the only sound is the crackling of the fire, you can hear whispers in the fog. You can't make out what they're saying. It's far too quiet for that, but it's almost like you're not even hearing like any words, just it's just like the noise of the breathy whispering. Seems to come from all around you within the fog.
That's just a good night aid somehow. How friendly.
Yeah, that's one way to think about it. Luckily, the more mentally weak of the group, cough, the professor, are no longer with you. So Father Hyperion has been around far stranger things. Even Grania in her time. The singed corpses of 1,000 men on a battlefield is a lot more intense than whatever this is. So Grania is fine as well. And you guys get some shut-eye. Now, I assume we're doing some sort of like watch rotation, or are we not worried at all? Like, are we confident that
watch rotation?
Okay, all right. Then I'm just gonna roll randomly to see who's on watch for this particular event. Wow,
Why isn't Heck
I
on the
typed a roll,
20?
and it's still loading. Holy shit!
Maybe
That
it's
was
your
the
Wi-Fi that's
longest.
shitting itself.
Yeah, that's the longest loading time I've seen in a really long time. Okay, Severus. Oh, by the way, do we want to heal? With
Yes.
non-hit dice, because you haven't gotten the short rest yet.
Is this
Lars
not what
is
this
half.
is?
This, technically it is, but this is going to happen before the short rest completes, so is there any
Lars is
non...
half, so I would like to.
Have we done anything since our last short rest?
Yes, Father Hyperion cast a 2nd level something.
Did we have the combat though? That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
you did
needed
the
to know
combat
if
since
I
the
need-
last one.
Were we supposed to
Sorry,
get them after
Father
the
Hyperion
healing?
didn't cast something. I was thinking of our
Oh.
other campaign. Father Hyperion literally can't heal. He doesn't have any healing spells.
Nothing
Uh,
is grr.
He's a murderer, not a healer. Okay, then that means we're just chilling then, I guess. So,
Isn't Grania able to heal people?
I believe so.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
Oh, I thought
Oh,
she
wait,
had
with
the
the healer-
feat.
Yes, that she can.
Oh,
But I only have 9 charges, so just heads up.
I've got 8 charges as well if we want to,
You have the
Oh,
healer.
so you have a healer's kit
We
without
can give
the
them to
feat?
Grania. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay.
I
Um,
healed 2 people after the last battle.
yeah,
I don't
we can
remember
scroll
who
up
it
and
was.
see who it
Severus
was.
and someone else.
1d6 plus 4.
I need healing. I don't think you
No,
would
I
have healed me last time.
I might have just used it on Severus and Gore. I think it's Severus and Gore, maybe?
Oh, sorry, I was looking in chat, but I realized it was Laya, not Grania. I could go scroll through the chat entries a lot, but yeah, what I recall is Severus and Gore. So that means you could do Renesmee, Zednius, Maximus, and Lars if you want.
I could use some healing. Oh, God.
Lars is getting 1. Maximus can get 1. Do you need 1,
Sick.
Severus?
Yes.
Everyone that I just
That will be
listed is half
Lars.
health.
This will be Maximus's. This will be Zednius's.
Okay. All right. That's some, it's some health. You guys are all bandaged and tended to. Grania just sort of does it all silently, Father Hyperion watching over her shoulder. She's more of a medic than he is, which is ironic since he's a cleric, but it is what it is. Okay. Severus. You're on duty later in the night. Around you is the chirping of insects, and it's so loud, the swamp during night. You hear the whispers, you hear the chirping of insects, and then late, the moon is bright enough tonight that it practically pierces through the fog. You hear water lapping against wood. It's a pretty distinctive noise. It's like the sound of like a dock being there. It changes the character of how the water sounds. For you, trained in the arts of detection and things like this, you instantly recognize it. However, it sounds like this is some way off. So your guess is that there is some sort of ship, some sort of vessel, some distance away out in the water. It has to be pretty large though for you to be able to hear the sound of the waves crashing against it. So, how
Are
do you?
the waves crashing against the?
So the sound of
trees?
the sound of waves hitting a vessel, like a boat, sound a little bit different than it just rolling into a swamp. It's just a slight different sound, and you can hear it in the direction of the water. Now, this means that maybe a couple 100 feet, certainly less than 1,000, there's probably a large boat out there. You can just mind your business. You can go investigate.
No, I wanna. If I wake up people, their short rest isn't immediately interrupted, as long as they don't do any strenuous activity, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I think I'll try to wake up everybody.
Okay. You head over to Father
And I do it as
Hyperion.
quietly as possible, in case there's like people try in case the people that are on the boat aren't aware of us yet.
Okay. You head over to a tent. Open it up. Father Hyperion and Granny are sleeping inside as far apart as they can be within the tent. And you can shake Father Hyperion's foot. His eyes will open, instantly glowing. It's like it's the Wokage meme, but with the fucking glowing eyes. And he will then tap Granny on the shoulder and begin to awaken her. And I think with ease, since you have ample time, you can wake up everyone. However, as each of you are woken, Lars, Maximus, Sednius, do any of you guys have questions? As Severus just taps your foot in the night.
Because we haven't gotten our full short rest, right?
Correct.
Quick out of character notification. I've just messaged Mr. Muton, and Peach has apparently some school emergency shit she has to take care of, so she says play without her today.
Okay, sounds good.
She got the message.
Unfortunate. All right.
Lars is probably going to protest and say, "What do you need? I'm trying to sleep after that fight earlier."
I think there's something out there. I'm pretty sure I hear a boat or something. Be careful, be quiet. I don't know if they've noticed us. Could be some of the natives.
Yeah, I'll just roll back over.
Well then.
In case they attack us, you should be alert.
Wow.
You leave Lars in his tent. He may not want to be awake, but he currently is, so it's going to take him a couple minutes to fall back asleep. And
he'll kind of signal to Gore and just be like, "Hey, keep your ears up," I guess, while he tries to get to sleep.
Gore will sit dutifully outside your tent. And heading back to the now long since burned out campfire, everyone else is maybe not excited to be there, but
I was gonna protest too.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, your foot is tapped. Your armor isn't on. You're just chilling in your tent. It's the only time during the whole day that your skin can actually breathe without being suffocated by metal, and you get a tap on your foot.
Oh God. What?
I think we have company. Not sure they're aware of us, or even hostile, but I'm pretty sure I had a boat. Might just be like a small oar boat, like a canoe or something. But
And it doesn't sound like we have company yet, does it?
either way, be prepared in case they pick out we're here and feel like they should attack us.
I'll just look at my whatever it's called, bracelet of warning.
Yeah.
I'll be all right.
Oh, I forgot you had that. Right.
Do you start to pull your armor on, Maximus? It's going to take 10 minutes.
Nuts to that.
Okay.
Can I just light a not a torch, but I think we have a lantern, right?
Do you have a lantern on you?
I want to say I have one. Let me check. I might just not. I might be confusing characters. Oh, I don't. I have
Alright.
candles.
Lars has a.
Oh, you have candles, yeah.
Oh, that works.
I think a candle should be enough just for a tiny amount of light.
Yeah.
And I want to try and light a candle.
Yeah, you light a candle, you exit Maximus's tent. Zednius, Grania, Renesmee, and Hyperion are, awake, crouched near this long since gone out campfire.
Granny
Just
probably doesn't seem as
wake.
worried. It's just yawning and tired.
Yeah. So, what now, Severus?
I'm gonna. I think. Do I still hear the noises?
Yeah, it's a very subtle change in the sound of the water, and yes, you certainly still hear it. In fact, you think you hear sort of like a plunk, like something large being placed in water, and it's so far off that it's kind of subtle. Maybe Zednius or Hyperion will hear it as well, since that's their spellcasting modifier. Sorry, for Father Hyperion it is. Zednius just has decent passive perception. So yeah, there's this plunk as something heavy is dropped in the swamp.
Zednius has dark vision, right?
No. Hagal does, I think, though.
And he
Who
will
is
fucked
not
off back to
here.
the fort, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Hadagal's gone back to the fort?
Yes, Aeneas told him to follow the professor.
Oh, right.
He's on his way back, but it's going to take a long fucking time.
Well, I mean,
There's no
like,
really
if
good
we-
way to
if
bring this
he's-
up in character. Does
you-
Grania see anything then?
Ooh, true.
120 feet.
120 feet. She can see so you guys are on this little, like, dirt island. So she can see the edge of the island, which is covered in, like, reeds and stuff, but she can't see past it. And within this island, there's nothing. And the reeds and other things which sort of conceal your position, reeds and ferns, are tall enough that they can't see in. Like, if anyone was out there in the swamp, they would not be able to see in, and you can't see out. So you'd have to
Okay.
go to the edge of that foliage to look past the swamp grass and see what's beyond.
And when we were saying swamp grass, that's like to this direction towards the sea.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll sign the father and kind of just say like I don't see anything approaching.
Yeah, Father Hyperion will say, Grania is able to see quite well in dark conditions such as this, and she says there's nothing on this island with us at the least.
Right. In that case, I guess. Everybody feel free to go back to sleep, and I'll notify you if anything changes.
Well,
blow out
I'm
the
already
candle.
awake, so perhaps it's worth at least taking a look.
Well, you know, if it's enemies out there, there's no need to fight them right now. We can just take a rest and fight them afterwards, unless they notice us. And if they do, I can just wake you guys again.
He shrugs. He'll just remain sitting there for a little bit. You were
Grania
saying
will
something,
sign
Yogi?
saying, "Do you want me to keep watch then?"
Hyperion.
Wait, Grania talked?
No, she
No,
signs.
signs.
Oh, she's signing. Oh, I thought you said size. Okay.
Oh,
sorry.
size. What were you saying, Yogi?
If Hagal is on his way back, I do still have the ability to like take a couple actions to unsummon then resummon him.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. I didn't know if he was like winning his way back because you said he is on his way back and it'll take him a while, but
It
you
would
can
by
just be
foot,
here
yeah.
instantly. Okay.
Yeah, you can
I'll
unsummon
do
and
that.
resummon him. It's not like being summoned hurts him or anything. In fact, he kind of likes the place he goes. He doesn't like
Okay.
being killed. That fucking sucks, but getting unsummoned is fine. Yeah, you begin the process of unsummoning and resummoning him. And Severus, you just remain here with your ears sort of like paying attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't really see much, but like, one thing I guess I'd be interested in paying attention to is, I want to figure out if this Grania person, since she can clearly, she doesn't speak.
Yeah.
I want to figure out if it's because she had a tongue removed. I want to see if they
yeah, I mean-
if she's like, if there's like any sense of her being like an ex-criminal or something.
Yeah,
like-
she doesn't talk much, so
Well, talk not at all, I assume.
Yeah, well, yeah. So she's not opening her mouth much, so she's not talking.
But she doesn't seem like she's having active conversations with the father.
Also that, yeah. It's more so that, like, I'm thinking of opportunities where you'd see someone's mouth open. Talking is a big one. Eating
She
is another
yawns?
one.
Eating.
Yawning. Oh, true. Yawning. Yeah, then when she yawns, you can see that her tongue is totally intact.
Okay.
And
Okay,
Dota,
so-
I'm going to quickly look up the answer to that question because it may be relevant.
Should I just Google the stat block
Yeah,
for that thing, or do you
that's
have...
exactly what I did. I just pulled it up.
Okay.
The answer is that no. No. I don't
Okay.
think so.
Monka?
No, don't worry about it.
Familiar?
Don't worry about it. Anyways, yeah, her tongue seems to be intact. Though I guess if you're specifically looking for it, you will notice that she's wearing Imperial Battle Wizard robes, I think. And just above the collar, sort of at her lower neck, around the, well, where on a guy would be a very prominent Adam's apple, around there are scars. If I recall correctly. I'm pretty sure that's true. I'm like 80% sure that that's accurate.
Yeah. Am I thinking like scars like she had a throat slit?
It doesn't quite look that severe. But it definitely looks like there was some damage to the neck.
Or like burn mark scars? Like
That's a
like
good
rope
question,
burns?
actually. Do you remember, Dota? No, it's something along those lines.
Let me go read back. It might actually be burn marks.
Like what?
It could
Like
be.
I'm trying
I
to figure out if it's like from like a gallows rope something.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't look like that. That would be like a really nasty, like long-term, like friction mark, especially because the way
The Depression
gallows-
village she was really from was burned down, but I don't think she was affected by most of that. So it
Yeah.
might have just been from whatever the fake creature that took her, the hag.
Okay, then if it was that, it's going to be laceration marks, like a cut or something similar.
Also, because the first thing you said Adam's apple, the first thought was like, wait, did she have an Adam's apple shaved down because she's trans?
No, it's just the
That's what my
position
mind
on the
immediately
neck.
went through.
Yeah, I was just giving a good indication of where it was at on the neck.
Yeah. All good.
But yeah, there is a very noticeable laceration scars, like some sort of cut. But so yeah, I guess it does look like a slit throat.
Yeah, I'll just not pay any attention. But I'm just like, I'm trying to figure out more about this person because she seems very secretive. I'm trying to figure out if she could be like a danger to the party
True,
or
could
the
be a
mission.
Tibrashian spy.
If she's a spy, basically. That's just my frumentary instincts, I assume.
Yeah, understandable.
Just kind of keeping
If
out.
the father's staying up, she also feels obligated to stay up, but you can see that she's kind of like staring off the distance, trying to keep her eyes open.
Yeah.
So like, I could assume that she isn't too fond of him, but she kind of also has like a mentor relationship with him. Like, it's not the best relationship.
That's pretty reasonable to assume something similar. Yeah.
The only negative interaction you've seen is whenever she got upset about him calling her Grania. I think that was her name.
Yeah. Because she's called what? Ember? Fire? Something like that.
Fiery, but even that
fiery,
doesn't
right.
seem.
I don't think you guys have actually.
Yeah, I don't
that
think that was just me misspeaking every single time.
No, you're good.
But yeah,
Yeah,
The only thing
Constantly
she did is she
just-
showed the peach the symbol of it, but
Actually leaked.
the father never translated it.
yeah. So you guys remain here for a couple minutes, just awake, paying attention. Zednius goes off to a dark corner. I mean, just like behind a tree. It doesn't even have to be, but just some privacy to cast his spells, so it doesn't, make you dark night blind. Slowly, even those who can't see in the dark, their eyes begin to adjust to the dark conditions of the fog. Not perfectly, but better than nothing. And you hear a change in sound, Severus. Well, I think you see and hear. So, one, the fog begins to thicken around you. So your vision gets further reduced. Then you hear the clanking of metal, not like the active clanking, like someone's tapping something against one another, but when you're in plate armor, the plates are positioned so close together, it's almost impossible not to have some sort of sound. It sounds like someone in plate is getting jostled a bit. And then Grania, you can see through the fog a single lone lantern seems to be bobbing, getting closer. Even through the swamp grass and things like that, the lone lantern is visible. It seems to be coming in the direction of the island.
Jump up, startled, and
is
start
that not
signing
lit?
towards the father on what's
Yeah,
coming.
lit lantern.
Can she tell what it actually is? What's carrying it?
It looks like a shrouded lantern that is pointing in your guys' direction, like one of those bullseye lanterns.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she'll kind of jump up, startled, and start signing to the father, saying something's approaching with a lantern.
Yeah, Father Hyperion will
that
squint
Gina
his
back?
eyes. What'd you say?
Is there a tree nearby?
Yeah, there's plenty. This is the very dense foliage of a swamp. So there's,
I'd like to climb a tree.
yeah, there's a willow tree that sort of hangs out over the water. You can climb into its
Post it
lower
with my short
branches.
bow.
Yeah, once you're above the tall grass, you can actually just see. Like even with your very limited dark vision, the light of the lantern has a bit of spill, and you can see a rowboat. And in the distance, you can see the sort of silhouette of a strange-looking ship. Roll me a history check. This is just a weird bit of information to know, so Severus may not recognize it.
Yeah. Right, I'm trained in
with a
history. Well, yeah,
9.
no, it's 9, yeah.
I think this is actually relevant to your fermentary training just a little bit. It's like a generic spy skill, so we'll just say you probably know it. Modern ships in 1280 have pretty distinctive visual things. They have tall masts. They have sort of curved bottoms. Some even have metal prows. They have cannon slots on them as well. The outline of the ship that you see in the distance, it looks to be flat-bottomed, almost like a river barge. There's only a single
How big
sail.
is this ship?
It's quite large. It's quite large indeed. But everything about it, there's no slots for cannons. There is only a single sail. It doesn't even look like a local fisher ship. Those would have multiple sails as well. It looks like something from a different era. And the ship that's coming toward the small rowboat that's rowing in the direction of the island, it has 8 figures on it, all of which are in plate armor, which seems dangerous, in a swamp. If you fall overboard, you're dead. But the 8 armored figures on the boat, 3 of them have glowing green eyes to varying degrees, which sort of glow even through the slits of their helmets. And from what you can see of the armor, even that looks bizarre. It's not like the stainless steel plate armor that you're used to in the modern era. It's more like bronze and other non-ideal metals. I think Father Hyperion will walk to the base of the tree you're at and whisper up to you. So, what is it?
8 people in weirdly archaic-looking plate armor and a rowboat coming towards us. Larger barge-like ship further down the river. Or ocean, even. It seems odd.
Do you think it's real?
It might not be.
I'll go fetch those ones who saw things. What is your colleague's name? The one with the red hair.
Red hair?
The armor and the horse.
Oh, Maximus.
Ah, all right.
Father Hyperion will walk back to the fire. It's going to take a while for the rowboat to get here. It's a rowboat. And he
Totally
will...
forgot Maximus has the red hair. He's always in armor.
Red.
Yeah, I'll crouch down next to you and say,
Judge Maximus, you said that you saw visions in the fog before we found you.
Is that what you've been seeing?
Not exactly sure. Severus is perched up on a tree, and he claims to see 8 soldiers in archaic armor and an ancient ship. Well, he said it looked old. Does that sound similar to what you saw in the fog?
Yeah. This. Give me a minute here, and I'll just pull on my breastplate. Just the breastplate.
yeah, it takes like 1 action.
Yeah,
Maybe
and
2.
then
He'll help you with the
follow him.
straps. Yeah, you follow him, exit your tent, head to the base of the tree where Severus is at. Severus, you're still watching it. If it is, I mean, you guys never saw any illusions in the fort, but it looks pretty real from where you're at. And you can see Maximus and Father Hyperion approach the base of your tree.
Where are they at?
Yeah, you can climb up the tree. It's easy enough, Maximus. You got like a decent dex, right? Or acrobatics?
We're about to find out. Yeah, my dex is 14.
Okay, yeah, it's fine. You can climb to the lower branches of the tree alongside Severus, squint your eyes out, and there are 2 noticeable things. In the distance, just like a vague outline, looks like a river barge with a single sail, and in the foreground, a small little rowboat with 8 armored figures and a lantern out front.
Does it look at least similar to the apparitions that we've seen before?
So the apparitions you saw in the past, they never looked like ghosts. The only thing that made them noticeably odd was the fact that many of them looked either dead or very, very old, which didn't quite match the gear they were wearing. But that gear and the eye color, I think, is the big tip-off for you. Because when you went to that camp, slash we're trying to get lost in the, not try to get lost in the woods, you did see a great number of figures with either prismatic eyes, which is like rainbow colored essentially, or green. And the armor was very similar. It was all sort of archaic looking, not of this era. And all those on the robot are quite similar to that.
Well, the armor is very similar, but the eyes give it away. Most of the figures we saw in camp found very similar. So I would probably say that these are apparitions.
Hyperion will speak up and from like, still the base of the tree. Any threat to us then?
No, the moment you make them aware of their deadness, they seem to fade. And they can't touch you or anything. At least not from what we experience.
Well then, Judge Severus, perhaps we should go back to sleep then.
All right. If you say nothing, then Father Hyperion will walk off. Yeah, Father Hyperion will walk off, and he'll essentially give Granny a permission to go to sleep. And yeah, Severus, I assume you don't mind being the sole person on watch if it's just apparitions in the fog. Hecko? He dead.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I just
Big space out
Sorry.
moment. That's all right.
lost it.
Yeah. Maximus is
I was
quite certain that
addressed.
they are. Yeah, Maximus is quite certain that they are apparitions. So Father Hyperion's going to go back to sleep. Do you mind being?
These apparitions can't like physically attack you, right?
They haven't yet.
And they like has that happened to Maximus?
Maximus hasn't had them do that. No.
Okay.
But it's not like he was testing it. It's not like he was like, "All right, swing your blade at my neck, and we'll see what happens." that did not take
For
place.
the rest of the one watch, I'll just keep an eye out for them, I guess.
Yeah, sure. So over the course of the next 10 minutes,
And hold the mirror ready. I think that was
the rowboat will come closer to the shore. It will make landfall on the island you are on. So at this point, everyone else has gone back to sleep. Zednius resummoned Hetegal, went back to bed.
Wait, is this separate from the person I saw walking up?
What person?
Did you say there's someone who played armor with a lamp walking up? Or did I misunderstand that?
No, there's a lantern bobbing in the darkness beyond the ferns. That's not a person. Okay. That's a boat. It's like fixed onto the prow of the ship. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
Anyway, so you're the only one here, Severus, and the boat comes closer and closer until it actually parts the reeds of the island, and that does happen. You can see the reeds bend out of the way as the rowboat pushes past them, and the rowboat runs aground, maybe 100 feet away, pretty close enough that you can hear like the soil get parted. The men begin to get off of the rowboat. That's pretty loud again. It all feels quite real. And then you watch the lead man sort of lift his visor, looking in the direction. Maybe not. It doesn't seem to be looking at your camp, more so through your camp at something else. But yeah, he lifts his visor, and you can see an arrow sticking out of his eye. He doesn't seem bothered by it, though. And with his other, you can see sort of where he's looking with his other eye, and he looks and... What? Do you speak Protonic?
Let me check.
I don't think any of us do we?
I don't remember. I know none of you speak Gelen, but I think some of you speak Protonic.
I think we've run into this issue before.
Oh, okay.
Mythos, Senvillain from Atari Common.
All right, then yeah, you hear the man with the arrow in his eye opens his mouth. The rest of the soldiers still have their visors lowered on their helms, and he begins to talk to them, and they seem to be setting up a campsite, not dissimilar to yours. You can see them taking items out the ship and bedrolls and things like that, and they begin to set up camp, as it were. Just 100 feet or so away from you. Do you just wearily watch them?
I think I just kind of keep watching them.
Okay. They go through the whole process. You watch for a minute, 2 minutes. Tents are built. And then the person with the arrow in his eye socket, he seems a bit unnerved. He seems to see something, and his shoulders sort of crouch a little bit. And then, since you're the only one that's like in the line of fire, as it were, make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Okay.
So you hear whistling coming from behind you, and you recognize that noise, so you instantly spin around and duck as arrows come whizzing out of the fog. An entire volley, must be 40 or 50 arrows. Your belly hits the ground, the arrows fly over your head, and then you roll around and see, and you watch as the 8 men that were in heavy armor, each of them gets hit somewhere. The guy with his visor up, boom, eye socket. Another guy gets hit in the joint of his arm. And essentially, as this wall of arrows strikes the armored knights, half of them drop to the ground. Other ones begin to rapidly try to pick up their equipment, but you just stay on your belly, and another volley of arrows passes over your head, seconds later. And despite, all the armor in the world, 50 arrows, 8 guys, it doesn't go well. And you never see the origin of the arrows. They simply emerge from the fog. But within a couple moments, there are 8 corpses littered with arrows.
And did any of the arrows miss far enough that they hit the tree I was on?
There were some that hit the dirt between you and the campsite. But you notice the second they impact the dirt, they don't actually part the dirt at all. They just get buried up to their up to the metal bit in the dirt, and then they just sort of fade away. They just puff into fog.
Okay, in which case I assume they couldn't hurt me.
Probably not physically, no.
Maybe they can hurt my soul. I don't know.
Either way,
this necrotic damage or something.
Yeah, this whole act put on maybe for your behalf, you don't know how this fucking fog works, but it does seem to fade away as the last of the knights, croaks out a dying breath. It all just sort of refades into the fog, and the fog, which had grown especially thick, begins to loosen again, and you're able to see basically the entire island without, walking around, because the fog pulls back to being a sort of light haze rather than a dense, choking fog. And then you switch out your shift with someone else, and you're able to get some rest. And since no one took any damage and no combat was had, everyone gets access to their short rest, so you can burn some hit dice if you like.
Okay. How much HP is Gore at? Out of how much?
13 out of 33.
Okay.
That is not great.
No, it's not great.
Oh, well, that was...
No one's great, honestly. Everyone except for
that was all my
Granny
hit
and
dice.
Hyperion are... Oh, well. Grania and Hyperion are the only ones that are healthy. Everyone else.
And you-
they're-
Alhamdulillah, the perfect amount.
Put up Gore by 19.
All right, I think that's full, right? Yeah, 1 below full.
And then...
Damn, no overheat. Ethan, good job.
Nice.
I know, it was great.
Jesus. Yo, balance. It worked out in the end.
But the next morning I'll probably ask Granny if she can heal me again.
If she can hear you?
Heal
Heal
me.
you.
I don't know if it's like a
heal
short
you.
rest, a long rest
Okay.
thing.
Yeah. As the morning, decamping maneuver begins, Grania doesn't really have any special assigned job. It's not like she has a tent to break down. Hyperion's doing that, so you can get her attention. How do you get her attention? Do you just talk to her? Do you tap her on the shoulder? Do you snap your fingers? What level
No,
of
I just
respect are we
walk.
doing?
Oh, I just walk after her about I don't know, normal distance between
Yeah.
people.
I mean, she's not
invading
deaf.
a
I was
person's
just wondering
space.
how I was just wondering for snapping and saying, "Hey, you, come here."
Oh no, I
heal
was
me."
just trying to establish eye contact.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay. I was just I didn't-
Nothing rude or anything like that.
I mean, she technically is your subordinate. She's not even a judge or an inquisitor, so I didn't know how polite.
yeah,
you would
but
be.
I don't have any reason to treat people badly.
Fair enough.
You're not supposed to be doing anything for the camp. She's
Not
definitely just
even a
staring off, not
judge
even
or
paying
an
attention. So you're probably gonna have to get her attention somewhere.
Well, I probably stand literally right in front of her.
Yeah, her daydreaming is interrupted by a person standing right in front of her. And how do you? Yeah, you can just request. I mean, you can just say,
Yeah,
"Hey,
can,
come
like,
heal
look
me."
up at you.
I assume but I guess the first thing I'll just I was just saying comment You understand common, right? Obviously. I just said that to
Stare
her.
for a second and then just nod slowly.
Okay, so, sorry. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if you like. Sorry. You can speak at all, or you just don't want to speak? I'm curious.
You'll think for a moment and then just point towards like Father Hyperion and then like kind of point towards her mouth, saying like she can't say anything without him there.
I'm not sure I wouldn't understand that.
Yeah, she points towards Father Hyperion, points towards her
And then
mouth.
puts like an X over her mouth.
Yeah. Father Hyperion glances over and says,
Sounds
Lord Judge, do you need something?
Oh, I was just talking to Granny here. I was gonna ask her if she could heal me again, and I was just curious about her affliction, I guess. But I understand if it's rude or too personal. I'll leave her alone.
Well, can you heal the man?
She'll nod.
Thank you.
She didn't have everyone properly introduced yet, did she? Like everyone didn't introduce their
I think
names
Father
together?
Hyperion, when he met like the party at the woods, I think is where some introductions went through. He introduced you as Grania, and the other judges, Maximus and Lars, introduced themselves. I don't think Renesmee had like a proper introduction.
I think I might have not introduced myself either.
I don't think so.
I think it was just the
either.
two that were in the woods, Lars and Maximus.
Yeah.
So yeah, how do
Probably
you wanna-
overheard people calling me Severus by now.
certainly.
But like, yeah. But I guess I'll just like as I realize I haven't actually introduced myself, I'll just go like, oh, sorry. Severus Octavius Aulus Igni.
She's gonna be excitedly signing in something that you don't understand.
Based. Talking about him behind his back. How do you heal him?
I'll try to remember that, like the signing she does, or
Yeah,
her name or whatever.
sure.
Well, whenever she excitedly signs, she'll kind of like, after she's done finish healing you, try to get Father Hyperion's attention.
Yeah, he'll look up from the battered tent.
She'll sign over to him, asking him, "What does his name mean?"
He'll say to Severus, "She says you have a lovely name."
Wow. Thank you.
You'll see her kind of get a pout on her face and sign the same thing again.
She asks what your name means. It's one of those plains folk superstitions. I wouldn't think too much about it.
Right. It means I'm part of the Ignia clan.
I'm gonna park up. Are you from the Tibrasian Plains?
She'll nod. Well,
Oh,
yeah.
Maximus, weren't you down there during your service?
Yes, I fought there for must have been 15 years. Interesting folk.
What gods do they
She'll
worship
sign
in
to the
Russia?
father, asking what clan Ignia means.
Yeah, last session well, he didn't really brag about it. You guys just know him by reputation. But one of the big achievements of Father Hyperion is that he has converted, great numbers of the Mithdosian citizens, mostly Tibrasians, living on the plains from their native worship, which is called the Nitro Wial, which is essentially like nature spirits and primordial elementals. A very sort of like, it's not like a rigid set pantheon with written rules. That's typically what's worshipped on the Tibrasian plains. But nowadays, about 50% of them or more worship Aurelian Soul. Those in the Empire. There's those outside the Empire, and they're all still, pagan, heretic, whatever's. Technically, I think it's pagan. I think heretic is when you worship the same religion but a different sect. So, yeah. She can
Anyone wants to ask Father Hyperion what Ignia means? She doesn't understand it.
Yeah, Father Hyperion will sigh and say, well, in the Empire, there are the 5 great departments. Each of them serves the Emperor in a different facet. I know you don't like using it, but you are a member of Clan Fabricia. And essentially it is your place in society. You are a spellcaster. You deal with the matters of magic. Me and the Lord Judge here are members of the Department of Faith.
We serve the Emperor's needs in a spiritual matter.
The minute I hear that she's part of the clan Fabricia, say, oh, Renesmee is also part of the Fabricia clan.
Yes, a great number of them seem to have infiltrated our ranks.
Infiltrated. You're not too fond of them?
I'm an Inquisitor of the Empire. My first duty is to the Department of Faith, and, of course, to the Emperor.
Naturally.
Granier's going to sign one last thing to the translate. Does he choose to call himself this?
Father
Asking
Hyperion will
understand.
look at that, and he'll say, "No, Grania. That's not how it works. Your name is assigned to you by your betters."
Yes, I didn't choose my name.
Well, he didn't translate that part. He just told the Grania, like, no. I'm not even gonna... He didn't even do the, like, benefit of translating it for her. Yeah, he's not a very...
Yeah.
nice person.
Then one last thing, then she'll excitedly sign, asking what does he choose to call himself then?
He will... Father Hyperion will look at Grania and say... She asks what you would choose to call yourself. Oh.
Well, for the most part, Severus is just fine. I don't really have a chosen name.
She'll just nod and you'll see her like kind of repeating the name in her head over and over, trying to remember it.
All right.
I'll say like kind of cool,
but...
I'll say kind of more quietly towards her, so that the father doesn't hear. But as a kid, people used to call me Sev.
The last person that called you Sev, I think he's dead now, if I recall correctly. Oh, that's funny.
Whenever you tell her this, you can see her face kind of lights up. She's excited to hear a different name than what other people call you.
Yeah, you can take your 7 HP Severus. Real quick. Just because Yogi was messaging about it. Yogi, your name is Zednius Titus Fabricia Verusian. The typical naming scheme in the Mithdosian Empire is first name, father's name, family name, clan, and then bloodline. Since you only have 4 names, I was wondering, like, oh, why is there another? And I realized it's because your name is Zednius Titus Fabricia Verusian, meaning you have no father name because you're, an orphan. You're not going to take your deadbeat father's name because you don't even know what he's called. And Tullius has not granted you his name. So you're a member of House Titus, family Titus, which is Tullius's family, the clan Fabricia, and the bloodline of Verusian. But damn, that's kind of fucked. Literally in your name, they can tell that you're like an orphan. God,
wait, that's the same for my name then as well, because I also have 4 names as well.
I also have 4 for Grania.
What are your 4 names though? You have Severus, Octavius, Aulus, Ignia. That means you do have someone that's adopted you by the name of Octavius.
Okay.
It's because at the end of Zednius' name, he has one called Verusian, which is a bloodline, which would go after your clan.
I see.
I don't think anyone else in the party has been granted one of those. They're pretty rare.
Oh yeah,
It was the only.
That's like the Emperor's bloodline, right? That you got for his
Correct.
outstanding
The Emperor's
service.
bloodline. Yeah.
Could theoretically Tullius give me a father's name? Or
Correct.
no?
He could give you his name because you're his technically adopted son.
It would be Zednius Tullius, or what?
Yeah, it would be Zednius Tullius Titus Fabricia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
What are Grania's other names then? Anastasia Gaius?
Anastasia Gaius. So that would be
Her mother's
the
name?
woman of the wife of the man who adopted her. And then Gaius is just the family name of that family, and Fabricia is the clan. So yeah, it's just always first name
that
But
is
means-
women are named
They
after
wouldn't
the
know
mother then.
correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
Kind
the
of
name
like
was made up though,
Spanish.
by the Empire.
Well, it wouldn't. Yeah. The thing is, when they make new citizens of the Empire, they still assign them a genealogy because it kind of breaks their naming scheme if they don't. So sometimes they'll include bastards, like in the case of Zednius, but most of the time they'll assign a second name because it's just like, that's just normal conversation. Like, it's just normal to do it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Especially if they're registering someone new on the census, they're definitely going to assign them some random.
Is it like
Yeah,
normal to swap clans?
Swapping clans, yeah, because you could literally just swap your job and then your last, like, 4th name would change.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it's like if I like were revealed that I wasn't always an Ignia.
No.
I'd be like, oh, what the hell? What's up with you?
Nope, there are, like, high-ranking senators who change their names all the time because they're
Okay.
working for different departments. Okay. So,
You guys finished breaking camp and you begin to move, and some of the fog, well, it's not better today. It's just that, sorry, the fog is less dense after the incident of last night. Not that you had any control over it, but it does make it a bit easier to see. So, are we back on the right map? Yeah, we are. Where are we headed?
If I remember correctly,
northwest?
the mountain is like here. So yeah, I think we could go northwest.
All right, you head northwest. The mountain continues to shadow you to the south, but now that you're on this, you can see that ahead of you, you can essentially see the origin of the fog, because the color continues to shift. The whispers grow a little bit louder, and as you're traveling, there are some high points in the swamp, and when you reach those, you can see above, the fog to see that the origin, you're now in a straight line with it, basically. There's no obstructing features between you guys and the origin of the fog, meaning it's directly to your southwest. You spend another hour trudging through the swamp, absolute nightmarish, and then you approach the back end of these mountains, and as you look up at the stone edifice before you, you understand why the Makai recommended you go along the Rorana tributary, because this mountain is insanely steep. It's not a cliff. If it were a cliff, you guys are fucked. You don't have climbing kits. That would just be the end of your journey. But it is ridiculously steep. There are some trails that have clearly been used before. One of them looks like a foot trail. You wouldn't be able to take your horses up it, so I think that's a bit of a non-starter. There's a secondary trail, though. It must have been carved into the mountain a long, long time ago. Maybe it was a religious trail. Maybe it was a back entrance to a castle or something, like a escape hatch or something. Because it's there, but it hasn't been maintained for a very long time. There are boulders sitting on the path, 20, 30 pounds. Nothing that can't be moved, but things you're going to literally have to throw off the edge as you travel. And you're going to want to be dismounted. So you're going to basically dismount and guide your horses by their reins.
Can Mickey even walk this?
Yeah.
Chains, but...
Horses will be able to fit. It's just going to be, you just have to be dismounted, or you're going to risk you and the horse going over the edge.
I assume out of all of us, I'm the best at climbing?
Do you have well, yes. In a vacuum, yes, you are the best at climbing, but without a climbing kit, one bad check means you die. If you're climbing up a really steep cliff.
Yeah.
So technically you could get to the top before anyone else, it's just if you roll bad once, you are gonna die.
No, I was just thinking I could, if I'm probably the best at climbing, then I could be ahead of everybody else, and because I'm moving, I assume, a bit faster, and clear the path so that the ones behind me can cross more easily.
Yeah, you could. It wouldn't make much of a difference. Ultimately, it's just like a steep hiking trail, and it's a series of switchbacks going back and forth. So, in the past, you guys have been having Maximus lead the party, though it could also be you. The exact marching order doesn't matter too much, but we do need to work out what the marching order is, because now you guys are traveling single file up a mountain and on horseback.
Maximus in front, Lars in back, I think is the general rule of thumb, right?
Yep, that is the general rule of thumb.
All right, I'm fine with that.
All right.
I'll be right behind Maximus then.
Okay, interesting. Then I'm just going to go with what I got so far, and let me know what you think. We have Maximus and Mickey, Severus and Zednius, and Etgal, a riding horse. Then we have Renesmee, Father Hyperion, and at the very back on the pulling through, we have Grania, Lars, Gore, and a horse.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys begin to make your way up these series of switchbacks. It's very slow progress. Technically, as the crow flies, you're literally going to travel 200 feet, but this is going to take you the better part of a couple hours because of such a steep incline. Your ears will pop several times along the way. This would have been, when it was originally carved, an incredible feat of, engineering. You can see the carving, the, what do you call it, chisel marks in the rock as you continue up these switchbacks. And you get about 3/4 of the way up, you take a rest, eat some food, and then you continue onward again. And the switchbacks stop, and now the trail begins to curve along the mountain's edge. The mountain naturally curves, and so the trail curves along with it at a very slight incline. So no longer are you dealing with a 5-degree slope. It's now down to a 0.5 or a 1-degree slope. But it's all really, really curvy. And as you come around one of these bends, Maximus, it's a very tight bend, meaning that now only you can see, around the corner. There is the a humanoid silhouette in the fog.
I will freeze and go back around the corner. Well, I'll halt and go back.
Yeah, as you begin to go around the corner, but you have to like kind of push Mickey, and you don't want to push him too harder. So you're just like, trying to urge Mickey back around the corner. He moves as quickly as you can, but the humanoid seems to have seen you, and you hear a voice carry through the fog.
Perhaps a wager.
How do you mean?
You can see as the silhouette begins to get a little bit closer, and you notice that its feet aren't touching the ground. It seems to be levitating closer to you. And the sort of voice comes again. There's something a little bit off about it.
We each throw something from the edge of this trail. Whoever throws something of greater value wins.
And if I say no?
Then you cannot pass along this trail.
Who are you to deny me passage?
At around this point, the creature has gotten close enough through the fog that you're able to make it out. The moment you see the body before you, you can tell that it's wrong. The person's neck is clearly broken, their head sort of limply hanging to the side, bouncing against their shoulder. The rib cage is visible, with half a dozen scars and scratches which seem to have been ritualistically carved into the flesh. Familiar patterns of triangles and spirals predominate most of the scarring. The only semblance of life in what otherwise looks like a corpse is the mouth and the eyes, which seem to glow with light. The light is bright, and through this dense fog, they seem to almost move some of the fog out of the way. And then there's a feeling. It's like some extra sensory part of yourself, like a sixth sense, that tells you that this thing is evil. Not just an undead creature or like a servant of the Raven cult, but actually true evil. And the two glowing eyes of the partially floating corpse says,
Ahriman. That's who I am to deny you passage. Either way, I will not tell the children. Simply engage in the wager.
I'll turn around to everyone behind me.
Yeah, you peek around the bend. Severus has caught up with you. You know, Zendius is holding the reins to the horse.
There's a bit of a situation.
What's going on?
I'll make room so he can at least peek around, if not actually.
Yeah,
go
you
around.
move Mickey a bit out of the way. It's going to be troublesome to get anyone more than like Severus up to the front here. But Severus sort of squeezes past Mickey. He gets a face full of mane, but eventually he can sort of squeeze up to you and peek around the corner and also see the floating corpse with the broken neck and the glowing eyes.
Yeah, wants to wager.
Yeah, Severus, you get this, little part of yourself that instantly tells you this is, like, evil. It's, whatever. You just know. You feel it in your bones.
I'll look back, and I'll cast message to the Inquisitor and ask, what do you make of this thing? There's a
The Inquisitor,
evil
he's back at the back of the
spirit
column.
here.
None of them have seen it so far.
Okay.
It's just you and Maximus that have seen it.
It wants to see who can throw something of more value over the edge. You or it. Or us or it, I suppose.
No.
Do we participate as like a group or
Not all of
individuals?
you. Just
No?
you, Maximus Titus Gaius Ignia. Butcher
That's
of his
easy,
own
right?
colleagues.
That's eerie.
So, what type of value are we talking?
Value as judged by me.
Don't you think that's a bit... Like, you could just say that whatever we throw, it's not valuable enough because you feel like winning. Doesn't seem like a very neutral arbiter to me.
It is not. And yet you wish to pass. And I wish
But you
to
wish to
use
play
this
this
body
game.
for entertainment.
Oh, this body. So that's
So-
how you use it.
That's
Who are you?
scarier.
As I told your fellow judge, Ahriman.
I don't know. Do you know an armor man?
There's no check needed. You would not recognize that name.
So like, okay, but like, who's armor man?
The corpse doesn't seem offended that you don't recognize his name, and the corpse remains still.
Has he said the name out loud?
Aramon?
Has like Severus or whatever? Because those
he
two are the
literally
only ones
just
up
said, he literally just said like Aramon. What a goofy! What side of a thing is that? I don't know. Do we know an area? Yeah, no. He said Aramon like 3 times, and nothing has happened.
Okay, but have we heard it? The people further in the back.
Are you like passing this information down the line? I assumed it was just Severus and Maximus up near the front, like, and the whole column just stopped, not knowing the line.
I mean, if anyone knows, it's going to be
that's
my little minion.
That's sort of what I was doing.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, Severus, you head back and tell Zednius. Hetagal, on your shoulder. At first you think, he has no reaction to the information, but then the emotional half of your connection reaches you, and you realize Hetagal is horrified.
Uh-oh. Is he dangerous?
Yeah, Hetagal will say,
Servant, one of the powerful Neville-born.
Neville-born?
Never-born.
Never-born.
I misspoke. I'm a misspeaker.
Hetagal
would never misspeak, but I misspeak. Zednius, are you passing this info? Are you sharing this with those deeper in the column? Like, I'm specifically imagining, like, Renesmee, Father Hyperion, they're just, like, tapping their feet, waiting for the horses to move. It's not that odd for the column to stop. I mean, you have to throw boulders off the edge sometimes.
Yeah,
but...
I'll say I think I know who it, because I need to deceive Father Hyperion to not know that I have a little companion.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the Neverborn. I think I read about this.
Father Hyperion, when he hears this, he will furrow his brow and begin to like push his way to the front of the column. He'll not push, but like work his way. He'll head past the horses and squeeze past Zednius, and he'll point at you, Severus, and say, "Can I move past you? See this thing, this evil." Yeah, you step back around Mickey, and he makes his way up to the front alongside Maximus, and when he peeks around the corner, Maximus, you can see, Father Hyperion grips his hands together. We must kill this thing.
Do we even have the power to?
Perhaps not.
What is this?
It is a demon. I'm certain of it.
What happens if we accept its wager?
It does not matter. That's not a valid choice anymore.
Why not?
Throughout this whole conversation, the corpse is just hanging there, the glowing eyes seeming to observe it all. And Father Hyperion will glance back and say, "How can you even ask that? You wish to mark yourself with this creature's taint. You think that it will have a good faith negotiation with you."
Well, clearly not, but we're kind of in a hurry and limited on resources.
Yeah, so let's
maybe
kill
we
it
could,
quickly and move on.
Be my guest.
He nods,
You're the
and he
Inquisitor.
will brandish his flail. He will begin to, he'll sort of gesture to you, Maximus. "May I?" Just for you to sort of move to the side.
Oh dear.
I'm not sure it's such a good idea.
We're kind of in shit territory, terrain, not territory.
He sort of has us at a disadvantage here.
Of course. But evil always has those who worship righteous causes at a disadvantage, so there's no reason to not fight.
I'll call back down the line.
But we're in a bit of a physical disadvantage here. We can only fight him one at a time. He can simply, I imagine, just throw us off the side if he really wanted to.
Severus, you call down the line. What are you calling?
I'm just calling it. Zed, I think you're gonna need to fly up here. Things are getting spicy.
I'll approach.
Yeah, you can fly basically and get level with like Maximus and Father Hyperion out near the front of the column, and the corpse's eyes turn towards you. Hetagal seems to shiver because the corpse doesn't look at you, Zednius. It instead looks towards your shoulder.
Right. Yeah.
That's true sight, 100%, or something similar to it. Which that's never good when something has that ability. Father Hyperion will look towards you, Zednius, and then look back towards the corpse.
I'm gonna do what's worked on the other apparitions and hope that showing it its reflection does something.
Yeah, you take out a pocket mirror and point it towards the corpse, and the noise that comes from the corpse, it sounds deep and guttural, almost like it's gurgling its throat. And then you realize that it's laughing, but something is not right about the corpse's throat, like something must be broken there, so it can't quite make a normal laughing noise. But that horrific gurgling continues for a couple of seconds.
Huh. I think I found that funny.
Father Hyperion, he grips his flail. Well, there's 3 of us then. He can engage from his position, you can battle the creature. If you say we're rushed for time, then we should start without rest.
Hegal doesn't seem like we should. He doesn't think we should fight this, I'm assuming.
Why wouldn't it say that? I mean, if you ask Hetegal mentally, he will say,
Run.
This is not Ahriman. It's a possessed corpse. Perhaps victory is possible.
All right.
That's all.
Yeah, I'll tell it that we know this isn't your true. You're just a corpse.
Well, he said as much.
Oh,
Yeah,
he did.
You literally said it. Well, you weren't there though, so you wouldn't know. But yes, the corpse will. The glowing eyes will pass from face to face, and now it'll sort of rest on Father Hyperion. If we battle, one of you could die. Or you toss something from the edge. The value is
So
up to you.
how valuable do you think this corpse is?
And it is by the demon's choice of what is valuable. Though I'm just going to say, popular culture of the Mythosian Empire would say that demons are always truthful. So he's probably not just going to troll face you and say, actually, this corpse is more valuable than anything. You have to throw off one of your own companions. It's probably not that. Probably not.
No, I'm just wondering, can I throw it off and win the wager?
If you want to try, yeah, that's a classic demon negotiation, but you'd have to walk towards it. And currently the closest person to it is Maximus, and he's about 25 feet away.
And if it throws you off, there's not a guarantee you'll be able to save and make it back.
Yeah, I'm pretty dead.
Yeah, if one of you guys gets literally full action strength, shoved off the cliff,
there's a tiny
it's almost
chance
guaranteed
Zednius
death.
can somehow save me. And that's
I forgot. Yeah, Zenius could fly down and. Oh no,
depending
but
if he can
quicker
fly
than
faster
falling.
than terminal
No,
velocity.
he can't.
Can he outpace
No, but what he can do is he can dimension door 500 feet down, which does outpace terminal velocity, and then he can grab you, position himself underneath you,
but
grab you, and then teleport again.
You don't feel
I
like
guess
risking 2 of his spell slots for that
That would
shit?
be every single spell you had.
I mean, would you roll down the hill, or are you just straight
No,
down
for this
at point?
particular, because of how steep this cliff is and the portion that you're at in particular, you'd fall about 300 feet, which is 30 d10 damage, because I don't cap falling damage.
So for the whole wager thing, who
Jesus.
goes first?
The corpse specifically said Maximus Titus Gaius Bologna. He did not say
No, I'm
anyone else,
saying-
so...
No, I'm saying, does the
okay.
corpse
Yeah,
go
you
first
can
or
speak up.
Maximus?
Father Hyperion will glance back at you and say, "We're not going to negotiate with this thing. Let's..."
I'm just curious. This is funny.
The corpse raises its finger, and you see that the fingers are also broken. You know, that torture where they put wooden spikes underneath the fingernails and they hammer them down has been done to this corpse. The wooden spikes remain, and one of that finger rises and points towards Maximus.
Tissue cleaning.
The traitor and the butcher of his colleagues will go first.
Oof. Is there somebody present we're unaware of?
Look
Do
around.
we have any traitors among us?
I think he's pointing at me.
You look back and forth, and then your eyes sort of rest on Maximus. The demon's finger remains raised, pointing at him.
Oh, do we have an imposter among us? I'm sorry.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. It has to be done.
It didn't. It really didn't.
The corpse says, "Or do they not know?"
You
Surely
are
you have not forgotten them.
misconstruing the story.
Your brothers in arms, your fellow
They
soldiers.
betrayed me. They stabbed me in the back. Left me to die. I was simply finishing what they started.
Corpse remains quiet.
Fine. You want something? I'll take the bracelet of warning off of my wrist.
Oh my.
Hold it up in front of me.
The corpse
Off it
just
goes.
stares. Okay. As the bracelet tumbles over the edge, the corpse seems to nod, almost like, weirdly enough, like a nod of respect, or at least acknowledgement. Then the corpse looks at you and make a wisdom saving throw.
Ah!
Is there any chance I can try to catch it with an invisible mage hand?
Catch the...
Bracelets?
Actually, let's
That's
do
not
some
good.
measurements. You actually could, potentially. What's the range on mage hand?
30 feet.
No.
Okay.
If you were directly next to Maximus in the spot where Father Hyperion is, you probably could have, but you're
I
back
thought I
on
was a
Mickey.
bit
Suppose
closer to them, but yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you're behind Mickey because Mickey's like the big
Oh,
obstacle
yeah.
that has to be negotiated. Yeah, Maximus, you feel an overwhelming power press through you, and roll 2d3.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
fuck.
That's the amount of years you're gonna be cursed for.
No. It's much worse than that.
Level C, you
Oh,
lose!
gee,
Oh
is
no!
Is this the amount of, do I age?
Level-
this
No,
much?
no,
level
it's okay.
drain.
No,
This is level
instead
drain.
it's which objects? Because there are 3 objects which the corpse had to offer. They're not his, but
Oh.
I mean, he's the one making you throw them over the edge, so it's equivalent to him offering them. And you feel yourself unstrap your shield from your arm
No!
and toss it over the edge, and then
Why?
you walk to your horse, withdraw your
No,
lance,
Alex.
No. No.
and as you go to toss it over the edge, Father Hyperion grabs you by the shoulder and says, "What are you doing? Have you lost your damn mind?" And that brief pause is just enough time as you watch your shield clatter off 300 feet down.
Why do you do this to me?
The corpse cackles, that deep sort of guttural gurgling sound, and the voice carries, "A worthy wager. You have lost much." And the glowing from the eyes of the corpse flashes brightly, and you gain a feature, Maximus.
Uh-oh.
It is called the Boon of Ahriman, and until your next short rest, you have +8 to your intelligence.
Oh my god.
That's 8. Holy shit.
Until the start of the character's next short rest, they gain +8 to their intelligence score. So you already would add a -2, so that would have been fixed because you took a short rest.
Is
So
he
you're
losing consciousness or something because his brain is swelling?
yeah, we'll get to that in a sec. So, the corpse, the light in the corpse's eyes instantly flashes out. So Zednius and Father Hyperion both see the corpse turn, into an actual corpse. The body just splats against the edge of it goes from floating a couple inches above the ground to just being, a corpse. However, Maximus, your head begins to reel with information because depending on how you gain intelligence, we represent in a lot of different ways. In this case, you are getting, when you see like those brainwashing scenes in cinema and it's like, a rotting piece of beef and flies and like nuclear missiles and like just all this like flashing of images.
Yeah.
It's like that. But you see everything this demon has seen in not even its lifetime, just like the last year. So you see horrific rituals. You see languages in a dozen different scripts. You see battlefields all being mastered and puppeteered over. You see familiar, famous faces like the Son of the Dragon to Mithdosian senators out in the plain. And all this information, you don't know what the fuck it means, but it all passes through your mind. And as you fall to your knees, Father Hyperion will, grab your shoulder and help pull you up and say, "Are you all right, Lord Judge?"
I feel smarter? No, I feel like my head is more full.
He looks very concerned, but he slaps you across the face. "Why would you make a deal with this thing? Throw something over the edge. Who knows what he's done to you?"
I'll look around. Where'd my shield go?
We
Throw it
tossed
over the edge.
Down there.
Yeah, actually, Zenius, since you're floating over the edge, you can point down like 300 feet where ooh. Mithril's
Wait,
very
300
strong,
feet?
Yeah, it's.
but 300
probably
foot is a
still
very
there.
far drop.
I
But
mean,
Mithril
it's
is
a
almost invincible. It's not quite
Is it a
invincible, but it's
magic
up there.
Mithril
So
shield?
It's not
not
magical,
gonna-
no. It's just mithril. So
It's not gonna fall very
Oh,
quickly.
we roll
well,
something?
'cause it's
yeah, we'll do a saving throw for the item. I'm going to give it a very good chance of not being broken because it is mithril. We will give a D20, flat D20. A 15 or above, it'll be fine. Below that, it's going to have some sort of crack. Or sorry, other way around. A 15 or above, it'll be
alright, I was
broken.
gonna say, that's not very
Yeah,
high.
yeah, sorry. I did
Gonna
the math
say-
wrong in my head.
High chance.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
15%,
roll
15 or above, it breaks. 14 or below, it's fine.
All right.
Inshallah. No!
You look down to the tree line below
Why?
Zednius, and next to the Bracelet of Warning, which is fine, by the way, you see the broken mithril shield.
I'll look at Zednius. Can you go get him?
Does it look like it's just normal down there? I don't feel safe going down there while this.
It's pretty
demon's
foggy
here.
down there. I mean, the fog doesn't reach the areas you guys are at, but it does, I mean, it's like 100 feet tall. So yeah, you'd be plunging down into the fog to recover the items.
I mean, we were down there already.
We were.
Isn't that the way we came
Yeah, it's down in the swamp.
from down there?
I only want to make one trip if we're making any trips. Let's wait until other people decide what they're gonna do. Unless he's already disappeared and says we can
Yeah,
pass.
he
I think
disappeared.
He's here.
Right, he's just a
gone.
corpse now,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's gone. It was just me.
Yeah, it did a
Oh, he's
magic trick
gone?
of being a living corpse to a dead one.
Very magical.
Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah, I'll float down there.
Okay. Yeah, you fly down,
Cautiously.
you get submerged in the fog, and, they're a bit scattered, but within 20 feet of each other, you can find two items. The Bracelet of Warning, totally intact, and then the Mithril Shield seems to have hit several rocks on its way down, and then when it finally hit the bottom, it struck a stone and it split. It could technically still be tied to your arm, but there's a crack running through a radial pattern all throughout the shield, so probably break under a single blow.
Okay.
Bring it back anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the bracelet and nothing happens, I hope.
Yeah, nothing happens.
And then I'm gonna pick up the shield
Okay.
and nothing happens.
Correct, yeah.
And then I'll fly back up.
Okay. Zenius bursts up through the fog and rises up further. Father Hyperion is poking the corpse as you, fly up, and you can deliver these two items back to Maximus. And Maximus, this is when you see your shield for the first time. And you, since you're a bit more proficient with, the types of damages, this thing is functionally useless. If it gets hit literally once, it'll break.
So does that mean if he gets hit once,
If
or
he gets hit once, yeah. But
Okay.
alternatively, you could just put it on his horse and,
Yeah,
reforge
bold of you
it.
to
but-
assume I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, I assume not. I'm
that's-
just letting
It's
you know.
mithril that we recover.
Yeah, you would basically recover the entire shield, other than a couple chips, but that's nothing weight-wise.
All right, so I just now have 3 pounds of mithril on Mickey now.
Functionally, yeah.
Well,
Do you have a backup shield?
no, I don't. Probably should have thought of that, but
well, I have a mithril shield I can lend you.
what?
Isn't that the one you use?
Yeah, but he probably could use it. more.
that Zendius is just 20 AC sometimes.
Most
Oh.
of the time.
Yeah.
I'll hand
Thank
you
you.
my undamaged shield.
All right.
Feel the familiar weight
Yeah.
or the unfamiliar weight. Thank you, Zidnius.
Of course.
So I will add a +1 shield to your sheet. The father, as you guys are doing this, he is going to cast Sacred Flame many, many times on this corpse until it is atomized into dust.
Okay.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, probably.
Probably do the same to Maximus, to be fair.
Mithril Shield has been added back. Now, visually, no one else notices anything weird with Maximus. It's not like there's a demon mark on his forehead or anything, which is good because
No, he has horns now on a tail.
yeah, that would be a bit awkward, regarding the Inquisitor. Okay, you guys can proceed forward then. You can, it'll have to be explained down the column to Lars and Granny what the fuck just happened, but the Hyperion will take very rapid control of the narrative, and he'll say, you were accosted by a demon along the road, and that, Maximus did the foolish thing of making a deal with it, but thus far, no curse seems to have befallen the party yet. And that is the narrative that he's going to continue to run with. So, it is what it is. And
Well-
Isn't he like
The
Large
Tyrant
Brain,
can't he
don't
like
really
remove
care.
curse?
there is a spell called Remove Curse, but no, he does not have access to it, I don't think.
The
Clerics
corpse
do by
just
default.
has
Clerics have access to it, he does not have access to it.
Okay.
the corpse has nothing on it, right?
No, it's literally a naked body just like floating in the darkness, in the fog.
What would have happened if I had succeeded? If I had succeeded on the wisdom save?
Well, then likely, since it was some sort of spell, you likely would not have thrown your shit over the edge.
See.
But
Alright.
he would have probably still been there, right?
No, I mean,
Oh.
not really. It just depends. Also, you didn't fail that much. You only failed by, a certain amount. So you didn't.
Oh,
You
God.
didn't throw all your shit over the edge.
Oh god, let's throw yourself over
Is
the
that
edge.
why I only rolled 2 of them?
Yes. Okay.
It's lucky you didn't throw the lands as well, honestly.
True. That was sheer luck. That was just Father Hyperion being near the front. Who knows? Maybe Severus would have let you throw your lance over the edge. I would have asked him
Yeah.
too.
Fuck it.
Oh god.
So
Although that thing is also mithril, so probably.
Yeah, I assume so.
that
but,
would
like,
have been more likely to break than the shield, to be completely
Rip
honest.
Bozo.
But,
That's fair, actually.
you guys continue up the trail narrowly. Goes on for a while. I think you figure out this trail's usage as you're walking along it. Because, let's say it's a pilgrim trail, then you'd expect to find things like shrines and other stuff like that. It doesn't exist. And eventually, you even Maximus, you recognize arrow slits built into the mountainside, meaning within this mountain, there are chambers that look out towards this path. Now, luckily, you turn the corner, see an arrow slit, and instantly duck back. And then you peek around. No arrows come out flying towards you.
Oh, that's good, okay.
Yeah, and you can tentatively move forward. You can get within 5 feet of it and literally peek inside, and you can see a small little guard room covered in cobwebs and dust, and it has been a very long time since anyone's guarded this rear approach. But it definitely was a part of some large fortress network at one point. You can't even imagine actually assaulting along this trail. It'd be basically impossible.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you guys continue up the mountain. And it is around noon, meaning it takes about 6 hours of hiking and marching and pausing and feeding your horses and calming them down to circumnavigate this series of switchbacks until you guys reach a flatter area. And ahead of you, Maximus, and at this point, you're no longer single file. You guys can sort of spread out after you reach a more flattened ground. It's quite sparse up here. There's almost no foliage, but you can spread out. And ahead of you guys, there is an incredibly thick fog barrier. It's so thick with fog that it is opaque. You can't see past it.
I'll poke it with my lance.
Your lance goes through.
We ready?
Ready to go through the fog gate? You got yes.
Can I run
Yeah,
out
like Dark
Mickey
Souls.
at this
I just
point?
thought about that. Can you? Yeah, you can mount up on Mickey. Everyone
Okay,
else can
I'll do
mount
that.
up onto their horses as well. Gore has his ears sort of backwards and his hackles sort of raised. He seems to be a bit alert. And you just want to poke your head. Do you want to poke your head through first before anyone else, or do you want to go through at the same time?
I'll poke my head through first.
Okay. The fog is so dense that as you walk through, or ride through in this case, you could feel yourself become wet with dew. But as your face emerges, you blink. You can see so far. Behind you is the start of the fog. It rolls down from above you, forming a dome. Essentially, you're in the eye of the storm. It's a dome shape, essentially. So at the peak of the dome is where this fog seems to originate. As far as you can tell, it's just pluming out of nowhere. It's not like there's a portal in space. It's not like there's anything. There just is fog. And it rolls out in this sort of dome-shaped pattern. And you are now within that dome. The area inside this eye of the storm, as it were, is essentially a mountain peak. In the mile-by-mile radius of this dome, you can see dozens of ruins, big and small, knocked over columns, empty stone structures bleached white with time, and at the far end of the eye, 2 massive granite statues of warriors, basically the backside of what was mentioned to you by the Makai. However, there's not just ruins here. There's also signs of recent development. Dominating 1/4 of this entire, open area is a quarry. It's about 50 feet at its deepest, and it's filled with carts carrying limestone shaped into bricks. and bringing them up to the lone standing structure in this open area. This structure is about 100 feet long and has a steepled roof resembling sort of a church. And among all this development crawls familiar creatures. Within the quarry, Zednians break rocks, while cultists and flesh sculptors watch over them. Abominations pull carts filled with bricks and shingles, and hundreds of ravens are perched along the edge of the steepled roof, watching in all directions. The only thing going for you is that you're about a mile off, but approaching any of this activity stealthily is going to be exceedingly difficult. So yeah, you poke your head through, you see all of that. I guess, do you have any specific questions?
I'll poke my head out, relay that to the rest of the party.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious what you tell them.
Yeah, hey Alex, I'm not gonna lie.
That was a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I zoned out.
That's all right. So
Yeah.
what do you want? What questions do you have? I assume you
I'm
don't want me
really
to just
zoned
repeat
out.
the whole thing. So
That's basically what I need. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I was
Sure.
reading a level up thing.
so with the level up thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
I was wondering. What I
Yeah,
was
when you
gonna do
rode
about
through the
mine.
wall of fog, it was so dense that your hair got wet, you know, you were blinking and shit. And inside of this fog wall is essentially the eye of the storm. There's some ruins of some old stuff that was built here a long time ago. And there's a quarry, which is filled with Zednians breaking rocks while watched by cultist overseers. And then there's a single steepled roof building, looks kind of like a church, that is crawling with activity.
All right. Okay. Yep. I'll bring my head back in. Well, you can see everything. There's like a church and a quarry of some kind, and they're all manned by the Zednians and some cultist overseers. That's what it looks like.
How many?
Poke my head back in.
About 24 Zednians, 4 crow abominations, couple hundred ravens. You see 1 flesh sculptor, though there could be more, and maybe a dozen cultists. Frankly, not that big
Any
of a force.
abominations?
4, yeah.
4 crow abominations, one of them flesh sculptors, a few cultists, 200, like a couple hundred ravens, a few dozen Zednians.
It's probably a bit striking how small this force is, considering it's not that bigger than the one that attacked you on the road.
Seems oddly small. I mean, we could fairly easily take that force
I mean,
if the Zednians
do they all
don't
seem ready for?
assist.
You said they're working in the quarry?
The Zednians are, yeah.
Zednians are.
Do they even have weapons?
Not currently.
I
no.
imagine they have like quarry tools and such.
Yeah, they have pickaxe. I mean, they're literally breaking rocks like chain gang style. They're not like soldiers.
I was wondering. Okay, they don't seem to be soldiers. That's what I'm.
No, they seem to be like either not. They don't have like manacles or anything, so they're not like physically enslaved. But I mean, it's not like anyone chooses to break rocks.
What are they doing with the rocks?
They're being formed into bricks at a separate workstation by other Zednians, and those bricks are carried on sleds by abominations to the central church, where they are laid into like being actively built by other Zednians.
Ah,
Essentially, this entire construction process, from harvesting all the way to building the building, is done by Zednians and abominations, and it's watched over by cultists and flesh sculptors.
They're below us, right?
They're above you. They're on the peak of the mountain.
Oh, I thought we were on the peak.
No.
I was like, can we just cause a rock slide on them?
No, that'd be wicked. But no, they're at like the toppy top. Basically, this mountain has a sort of shallow peak, as in it sort of balds over, like it just sort of rolls over. So it's like flattish at the top, and this whole structure is at the apex of that flat point. If you know what I'm saying. The flat part of the parabola. Jesus. Stroke.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Father Hyperion will look around. Is this not what we were searching for?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's anything better than a frontal assault. You got any ideas, Zednius? Lars?
I mean, if they're not warriors, I don't.
Some of them are. I imagine there's more than what we see there.
Possibly.
I could. Yeah, I don't know.
One of you want to go in and scout around maybe a bit more?
Seems risky. If they spot one of us up there, then they'll know we've approached from the back and they can prepare accordingly.
I think the best for that would be runners, may no? Turn into a raven. Pretend to be one of them.
Do you think they'd recognize her as one of not their own?
We haven't actually tried that, have we?
No.
Turning her into a raven and just have her blend in? You know, Car as one of the flock.
That
It's
seems
probably easier to have her turn into an animal that'd be just as common, in case they can tell.
I mean, it's up to you guys. If you want to scout, you can. If you want to go stealthy, you can. Or if you just want to say, fuck it, YOLO, frontal assault, that's also an option.
Have we seen other
Look,
birds
for
here that
either
aren't
of these, we
ravens?
kind of runners, man.
In the
issue.
fog, like down in the swamp, you saw plenty of stuff. Plenty of birds, you know, storks and the like. But up here on the mountaintop, you've only seen one bird. Which is those in the fog, which are all ravens.
Have we seen any other animals, like goats or...
Since you got on that mountain trail to ascend up to the mountains, you haven't seen anything other than the demon creature along the road.
Okay. Well, we really haven't seen much other animals around here, so if you want to risk it being a raven and hoping they can't tell, we can do that.
It's up to you guys. I mean, I'm sure if you guys said it was a good idea, Peach would do it. There are some risks, of course. If she gets knocked out of wild shape form, she'll be in the middle of
Yeah.
all of that.
And it feels bad to just have a person risk their character while they're not even here.
Yeah, it would be non-ideal, but
Why can't we just invis one of you boomers?
Well, the thing I'm thinking of, and I need to be where Hyperion's not, is
Hypothetical.
yeah.
well, currently you guys are all just sort of stacked up like on the exterior side of the Eye of the Storm, so it's not really going to work.
Just lie to him, tell you got a spell that can do it, and then just sit there for a bit with your eyes closed.
Why can't you just just lie to Father Hyperion? Can't you
In
say
what
it's just
way?
like a familiar? Isn't that like a somewhat common thing for magic users to have?
Perma- Not
Invisible
invisible
familiars,
ones.
yeah. Perma-invisible is not a
You can
thing.
just say it's some sort of spell.
True. I have the
What is
perma-invisibility
the-
spell.
The what spell?
The perma-invisibility spell.
Or like, you could just say
No, I'm
like,
talking
oh, you
about-
have like a
I'm talking
spell
about
that lets
to be
you...
able to see this area, like further up.
Yeah.
Sure.
He doesn't seem to be too familiar with arcane magics.
True. He's not even really like a spellcaster. He just burns things alive.
Also, what do we really hope to gain from this? Because it sounds like we're gonna have to go up here anyway now. So why don't we?
It's
just
scouting.
go
I think they're
frontal
trying to fit. I think they're surprised by how few creatures there are, and they're trying to figure out like what's going on.
Yeah, if there's more inside
least-
the church.
at least
If yes,
where
what
the
is
rest
inside the
are.
church? Yeah.
There's also a second familiar the party has access to.
Is there?
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
less
She
demonic
wouldn't use
one.
it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
All right, then.
Not that one we're aware of.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know. I was
When
just
Grania
I was
isn't
wondering
exactly
Well, it's not like we're having this
you know.
conversation in character. Yeah, I was just wondering if Grania wanted to use
That's a
hers,
good
but she
point.
doesn't use her like that. So anyway, so.
and she's not
No, we
exactly,
talked-
you know, too vocal about this
True,
or
true.
anything. If
Yeah,
that
We
matters.
talked about it beforehand, Harkon. There'd be very, very few situations. that
Yeah, just because
really
it's so
would be
risky to
put
lose it.
aside.
I get you. I get you. Okay. What do you want to do, Zenius? If you don't want
Yeah.
to scout because you can't think of a reason, then you can just walk in and frontal assault, baby.
Let's give me a moment to
He's got to
Cast
develop
this-
his cover story.
yes. Yeah. What's like Arcane Eye, is that a spell? What's
That
a
is
spell?
Yeah.
Clairvoyance.
Is it a visible
Clairvoyance.
eye?
Scrying is all. Arcane Eye is a physical eye, but it's like an invisible one, so I'm pretty sure it's invisible.
What level that is? 'cause you might
Honestly,
know it. Oh, that's-
this conversation reminds me of just while you're looking at spells. It
Okay.
reminds me of in our other campaign when you guys were doing a negotiation. It was like session 2. You guys were doing a negotiation with a gang, and
The negotiation was done. Like, the other party was going back into their building, and then Wagger just shot one of them. Like, it just reminds me of, like, one of those weird, like, I feel like you're going to be talking to Father Hyperion, and he's going to be like, oh, what did you do? And you'll be like, RK, I cast Familiar. It's a demon. I don't know what to say. And then you just, like, mental boom and give up. I believe in you, though, Yogi.
No,
I'm
give me a moment. I can
Fourth level
cast.
spell, clairvoyance.
Yeah,
Warlock's
I'm gonna
cast it.
cast Arcane Eye.
Is Arcane Eye a spell?
So, yeah, you don't, it is a spell. You don't have access to the spell, so what are you doing when you say you cast it?
I'm doing weird hand movements, acting like I'm casting.
So,
a spell.
just to go over this, like, the party's thinking, like, all right, how do we scout this thing? And then you say, I got this. And then you gesture with your hands and say, Arcane Eye.
Close
Yeah,
your eyes.
I'll just say,
Okay,
let me
yeah, roll
cast
me an Arcane-
Arcane
yeah.
Eye, and I'll give Severus a wink. I'll
Yeah,
wink at
it's
Severus.
okay, don't... Roll me a
Well, he
deception
knows I
check.
can't cast it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't need
know.
anyone to be
I
like,
know,
wait,
it's
you
just-
don't know that spell.
It's just
and
funny to
fucking-
wink at him while you're trying to deceive someone. All right, make me a deception check.
Guys, I swear.
Oh no.
I swear
so
I'm capping.
Where it goes
Not
wrong.
That's so
That's where it all
fucking
goes
funny.
wrong.
It's going to be against Father Hyperion's Arcana skill rather than his.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
you
that's really
gesture
good.
with your hands, and he doesn't say anything, and you cast "quote unquote" Arcane Eye, and Hetegal climbs off your shoulder and walks through the fog. I will say, probably no one else sees this except for you because you're looking for it, but you can literally see the fog wall like part around Hetegal's little form, and you're able to see a
Oh.
little outline of his little legs and his little stubby arms and shit.
Can we hear the splat splat?
No, because he's not right now. He's just walking across like flat ground. If you were
Oh,
working
okay.
like a swamp or something, that's all different. Or if it were raining right now, yo. But it's none of those things. So he walks through the little fog wall, and what do you want him to investigate? There's some ruins. There's the central church. There's the quarry. There's a foreman's tent.
we need to.
Steeple building. I don't know why I keep calling it church. It looks like a church, but it's just a steeple building.
We just need to, see if there's other exits throughout here, and then see if there are more enemies, or just see what this is in this building. 'Cause
Cool.
we're not. We think this is the right way, right?
I don't even. Yeah, like this is the.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the Eye of the Storm. It's the place where.
All right.
Yeah, so in terms of other exits, everywhere, because there's no like, it's just a fog wall. It's not like a hard barrier. You can just walk through it. So they can flee in any direction. In terms of the quarry, I mean, you know, there's creatures there. Let's get a stealth check from Hetegal. I don't know if he even has a positive skill in that regard.
I think he does have stealth.
Oh, okay. Then yeah.
That's like the one skill he's actually got.
Then there's two places he needs to roll stealth check again. We'll start with the easier one. So roll stealth. Okay. So there's a foreman's tent. Perhaps people could be contained inside there. So he plops closer. None of the creatures here have true sight, or he'd be dead by now. So he plops over towards this foreman's tent. There's a cultist outside. Inside, there's two people talking. He sort of peeks. He amorphous blobs underneath the tent and gets inside doing that. Inside, there are two people talking over a table. One of them is dressed in cultist garb. The other one is a middle-aged woman. She has sort of like black hair with sort of grayish highlights, and you instantly recognize her as Ednius.
Wait, who was it?
You know, you guys were at a bar. I think maybe it was a brothel.
Oh, it's the Raven. It's the Were Raven.
Yeah,
Okay.
in human form at the moment.
And she's how deep in?
She's just inside. I don't. This isn't like a Dark Souls boss room. It's just like an open hilltop in the middle
Well, I'm
of like a
asking,
fog
like,
wall.
if we decide to be like, all right, let's freaking go and rush in as fast
Yeah.
as we can and charge her specifically, is that?
Oh, I see. So it's a mile to get to like any of these structures. So it'd be
okay.
yeah, approaching. Even if you know everything that's here, approaching stealthily is still going to be almost impossible.
Gotcha.
Unless so like 5,000 feet, however long it takes you to cover that distance. But yeah, Hetegal observes that, and then he basically blobs out from underneath the tent. There's a smokestack inside the central church, and as he gets closer, Hetegal will say, "Desecrated," and he will look for a method into the church. Let's just roll a general stealth check for Hetegal. And there's 2 ways in. Well, technically 3 ways.
Well,
Hetegal,
Uh-oh.
the brave
Oh, no.
lad. he goes to an area of the church that is under construction because there are openings there. However, there are Zednians actively moving bricks around him, and as he attempts to squeeze through a little crack, a Zednian boot drops on him. It's a startling experience for both of them. The Zednian feels his boot impact something, then looks down and sees nothing. And Petagal takes 7 damage as the full body weight of a large boar Zednian just presses against him and practically fucking juices him, man. He got fucking juiced.
No. Does juice come out?
No. But since he has 30 HP now, that's not the end of the world. He's hurt, but he just sort of stays silent, squeezes through a little gap in the interior hall. And do I want to describe this or do I want to show you? I think I'll describe it. It's a vault. There's the sort of intro. There's an antechamber, which is guarded by 2 cultists. Then he plops his way up a series of stairs. And inside there are around 500 ravens, which is like 10 to 12 swarms worth. There are several crow abominations, several cultists, a flesh sculptor, and then around a basin, which is filled with blood, are 3 corpses and a man. He is in red robes. He has a long beard. He has a sacrificial dagger in one hand, which is bloodied, and his eyes are open. They glow with a slight teal, and he is chanting. The corpses are each, like, one of them you probably even recognize, maybe not directly, but you recognize them as a citizen of Veruzia. They have, like, they're a Mithdosian citizen, 100%. Another one looks like an old woman dressed in, like, noble women's garb. Her throat was slit, and she was essentially bled into the basin. And then another one is, you probably wouldn't recognize them, but they look like some sort of tribesman. They have, like, furs and things like that, and their throat was slit as well. And everyone in this chamber, including the ravens and the abomination, just seem to be chilling, except for the person with the ritualistic dagger. They seem to be engaged in almost looks like a ritual.
In
yeah, all of this is a mile in. Yeah.
Okay.
These structures are very close together.
Okay. And that's should be the last thing, so we can start making our way out. How many troops did we see total?
All told,
we saw 10 swarms.
Let's add some stuff. So total, I'm going to count the exterior and then the interior. So we got 2 dozen Zednians, 4 abominations, 1 were-raven, 2 dozen cultists, 2 flesh sculptors, 12 ravens. Then on the inside, we have 12 cultists, a flesh sculptor, 2 abominations, and 12 more ravens. So what does that bring us up to? 2 dozen Zednians, 6 abominations, 3 dozen cultists, 20 raven swarms, a were-raven, and then this weird ritual casting fella.
Are we counting abominations as those things with the eyes at the end, or what are they?
The things with the eyes in the end.
Never mind. Those are aberrations. What are abominations?
Pro abominations are the big boys with the pop and pustules.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, not the pop and pustules. I hated those.
Yeah, you did hate the pop and pustules.
Damn, deck saves.
So all told, what is that? It's 3 dozen, 2 dozen, so that brings us to 50. It's like 62 to 70 enemies.
I relay that to the group.
Maybe it's a good thing we didn't just charge in there.
Father Hyperion will nod. What's the alternative? We can go back to Veruzia and ask for reinforcements, but it'd take them a week to get here.
We've got the troops at the castle. But
yes.
Is that what you meant? It would take a week for those? Oh.
Well, would we be fighting all of them at once?
I don't know how we could manage to get a rest in between there.
We could do a good old strat.
The good old, I'm ready. Good old strat. Let's go. What is it? Let's go.
The same one we did in the when he had the giant the zombie giant.
Yeah.
One person baits the main of the forces away, the rest attacks.
That's assuming they're going to send 30 people after one guy.
And,
Listen, okay, I've never said the smart.
there's not
Well-
really anywhere to go.
Also, in terms of fighting them real quick, you can just cut off those 24 Zendians like combat potential because, again, they don't have weapons or armor other than like pickaxe and shit. So that realistically, you're fighting like 40 enemies. Which isn't better. I mean, sorry, it's not good, but it's better.
That's significantly better.
Yeah.
We fought.
I mean, you literally just fought almost that many. Like last combat. I think you thought 35, 36.
Yeah.
How many was in the
Point
fight that
them where-
Lars almost died?
That one was... That
we
was a
also
big
wi-
one. Yeah, that was like
We
a
also
full...
wiped out like a quarter of them all at once.
Correct, yeah. The especially in terms of abominations, you can do some quick back of the napkin math and realize that this plus the siege, you killed basically half of every abomination they had in those 2 engagements. So they don't got many of those things. But yeah, I think in the Lars fight, that was a full Zendian warband, so that was like 50 guys, if I recall correctly. It was something close to that. And then the battle you just fought was like 30, so...
And that was even more than... I'd counted more than 50 because we had the fucking Dryad Matron and whatever those giant shrew things that took half
Oh,
the
you're
way
thinking that
everything.
one. I wasn't even thinking about that one.
Yeah,
That one was
I was
so
thinking
many.
that one.
I don't even know how many that was. That was like, you're right, Dryad Matron, and then like so many blights.
There were 2, like, tree things. They might have just been ants. I don't know what they were, but they were taking like half damage on everything.
Oh, yeah, I remember that fight. Yeah, I don't know how many that was. That was a shit
So the
ton, though.
big threats are getting swarmed by something. The
And we have more people this time.
Were Raven.
Yeah, that is the one big difference. They're bringing their heavy hitters in this one. They got a Were-Raven, 2 Flesh Sculptors, whoever
We're
got
not.
lucky.
Yeah, we're also
We
not
do
aware
have to take out
exactly
those
of what
flesh
the
sculptures
sculptures
sooner rather
do.
than later.
Well, they can.
Otherwise
Yeah,
they
they
can do
turn
AoE
people into
explosions.
bombs, right? Yeah.
That's one
Yeah.
of their abilities. They just never got around to using the other ones.
Well, I know that they can Misty Step.
Yeah, they can also do that, yeah.
And they have a pretty decent supply of Zednians with which to just fucking...
Yeah, that's 20 fireball
Send
level
in the-
explosions if they're able to...
The
How do we
flesh
deal with
sculptures
aren't
the
into
12
us.
swarms of ravens? That seems like a pain in the butt.
well, yeah, total it's about 20 swarms of ravens, interior and exterior.
How many flesh
I don't
sculptures
like
were there? 2?
swarms.
2. Sorry,
One's
in total.
like outside, one's inside.
In total, there's 3. There's 2 outside, 1 inside.
Oh, okay. How close are the ones outside together?
Let me look. They are 65 feet apart.
Okay.
One of them seems to be overseeing the quarry. The other one seems to be guarding the actual structure itself.
Is there any chance we can bypass those by just going into the room and then
Yeah,
we just
so
do
here's
a
the thing.
good old choke point?
Assuming you can get if you can get inside the central structure, there's a bunch of ways to get inside of it. There's a doorway that's under construction. That's how Hetagal got in. The stonework is all brand new, so you could straight up just try to fucking Kool-Aid man your way through one of the walls. That's all realistic. The only problem is the stealth portion. This is a mountaintop with almost no trees, barely any foliage, rocks
Well,
everywhere, but that's not enough to conceal a
Between
full
me and
mile of
Zednius,
approach.
we can invisibility our entire party. The main issue then becomes the.
You guys can
Bacchus's armor.
invisible 9 people? No, 7
Oh.
people.
No, we'll one off then. 6 people.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you have 7 people, and then assuming no horses, so no Mickey. Yeah, that's a lot.
I got 4 people by myself.
Sheesh,
Wait, really?
what the
What are you
fuck?
casting? Is it not just
I'm casting
invisibility?
invisibility at 4th level.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
only
yeah.
3.
No, that's your
it's-
That's 4.
Oh, is it?
what level is
No.
invisibility? Is it second?
Second
or
level by
Invisibility is
default?
just yourself. Sorry, it's 3. I have
Yeah,
3.
it's 3.
Sorry,
Okay,
misread.
then yeah, 6 people is all you can make invisible.
Gonna be real hard to take Maximus with his armor. Because he had disadvantage on stealth checks. right?
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
we can do.
Oh yeah.
you could do the Renesmee in the pocket strat. I don't remember who came up with that, but it works pretty well. Renesmee turns into a spider, gets in someone's pocket. The person's invisible, so as long as she's fully contained within the pocket, she's also functionally invisible.
Yeah,
It's
and
true.
and I have a very high stealth multiplier. With,
Yeah,
bonus
just
with my,
Severus probably
cloak
you
that-
could get to the you could probably get to the structure.
with my wacky cloak that basically is like a chameleon meme.
Yeah, I am going to tell you though, entering the structure with just stealth checks is literally impossible. Because there is someone
Yeah, but
at
it's getting
every
very close.
yeah, you can get within 15 feet, but you can't get within the thing itself because there's 2 entrances and they're 2 built-in.
Isn't it worse
entrances.
for us to get up close before we start the fight? Because then we're gonna get surrounded from both sides.
No, but
Compared
unless
to if we're just approaching,
no,
then they
if
have
we
to
start
attack
the
us from one
combat
angle so they
really
can get behind
close,
us.
if we start the combat really close, we might be able to get inside, and then they have like a small point of entry, so they can
Correct.
only come from one direction.
That is true. If you guys
Assuming
get
they don't break down their
Sure,
own
but I don't know if
walls.
that's necessarily a good thing, because then we're just having a conga line of bombs being sent into the fight.
True.
Well, if
That's funny.
Zenith just drops what's it called? The blight thing? The exhaustion.
Oh, sickening radiance.
Sickening
I have a
radiance.
lot
He
of
just drops that now.
also useful AoE utility spells like that. That was good, but it's I don't know if it's gonna be good enough.
The
Conga
sickening
lines of
radiance
bombs
will
is
like
so
essentially block if there's only one entrance into a room and I drop sickening radiance.
Yeah, so the
in
best
doorway,
case scenario of what Taco's painting is you guys get in the foyer, because in the foyer there is a total of 3 entrances. One of the doors leads deeper into the building, which you don't have, I mean, you would get attacked from there, but there's not a huge swarm going to come through there. Then there's a side entrance and main entrance, so you could funnel every single enemy into 5 squares. That's the only directions they'd be able to approach you from, assuming they just like suicidally bonsai charge you.
That or this is a building still like somewhat in construction, right?
Correct. The roof is very holy. The walls are almost done. There's like one little area where the walls aren't quite done, but the roof is like, there's places you could easily climb in through.
I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking orbital bombardment. I was thinking Zetnius flies real high and just drops rocks.
Yeah, he can do that for about 2 hours. Now, keep in mind, the enemy does have air forces, like a lot of them, like 20.
yeah, the swarm.
Oh, yeah, fucking
a
super.
few
Yeah,
swarms
the
will just
ravens.
insta kill me.
Yeah.
I think that almost
Where are
happened in one
the
of
2
fights.
flesh sculptures outside?
I was just thinking
One of
collapsing
them
the
is
roof
overlooking
might
the
be like
quarry. The other one's standing directly in front of the main entrance.
Could we collapse the building?
I don't think you know. You've never killed one.
No. So I'd like to take out those first. Because they're probably the hardest things to deal with. So if
Well,
get
if
in
that's your goal,
behind those
then
two,
you
so we start the
may
fight.
want to get within 15 feet of the building, because that would allow you to instantly attack one of the flesh sculptors, and then you to be like one action away, like one turn of dashing away from the other one.
Yeah.
That also
Well,
put
I
you
think
within
there's Moxie point to
spitting
get into
distance of the
the
were-raven,
stick in the
though.
ridge. We haven't fought a were-raven, have we?
Unideal.
You've never fought one, no, but you know that they can cast 4th level spells.
That is true.
Yeah, but it seemed to be it was innate spellcasting, so we don't know. If
True,
they're, like,
it could
proper
be like
casting.
fancy
It's
demon
like-
spellcasting. Real
It's like
shit.
one of the only few spells they have.
No,
Could be,
I know. We know it was innate because you couldn't counter spirits.
Correct, it was at will, 100%. You
yeah,
are correct.
Lars specifically remembers no incantations, no movement of the hands, no nothing was done. It just
Correct.
destroyed.
Yeah.
Real and true.
Fact check the real patriots.
Vibe checked by real patriots. So fucking true, man. Oh
I
my
said
god.
fact checked, but
Oh,
vibe check
fact
also
checked.
works.
Okay, I thought you said vibe checked. Oh, man.
Vibe
For the
check.
benefit of getting
That's so
inside.
funny.
Wait, where is the were-raven positioned again?
Okay, I'm just gonna show you this map, okay? But the reason I didn't want to do it before is because depending on what direction you approach from, we may need to do some extensions of the map. So, but I guess I'll just show you it. So basically, this is the map, and since Hetagal went inside this building, you also know about these guys being here. Now, she's technically not a were-raven right now, but... Oh, sorry, I should show the stream this full-size map.
Where's the were-raven person?
Yeah, I'm looking. Let's
On
see.
right here?
Oh, there, in like the tent.
Yeah, in the foreman's tent.
Big ass map.
Yeah, it is.
And
Got
these
a
are just
special
sculptors or
commission.
flesh sculptors?
No, the flesh sculptors is this one and
Correct.
this one.
Correct.
Oh, the one that looks like
Yeah, these are the
Edgy,
cultists.
bloodborne enemy, I think.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
pretty
say
sure it
that
literally
that
is
one guy
guy.
with the staff.
Yeah, I think it literally is that guy. The concept.
What
art.
are the limits of wall of fire?
Length and a lot? Like, I don't...
60 feet.
Yeah, it's 60
Length,
feet,
yeah,
or it
what's-
could be a circle. So, actually, oh my god. I don't know if Hyperion can say
Circle
this,
is
but
that?
out of character, I'm thinking of a fucking crazy idea, which is you get within 15 feet of the entrance, you sprint to the entrance, wall of fire a circle so that they can't get inside the fucking building, then you
What's
go inside
this?
the church. And
Is
that's
this
a
a chimney?
smokestack. Yeah, it's a chimney.
Okay.
It could
Where's
be
the
shit.
they
side door
just-
you were mentioning?
Couldn't
The
they
side
just
door
think
is
Kool-Aid Man
there.
through the wall?
Right here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
you
I'm
could
scared of.
Kool-Aid
The
Man through the wall.
abominations might be.
Through what
the-
method are you thinking about Kool-Aid Manning? Because literally just running into
Well,
the wall
no,
isn't
No,
going
what
no,
he's asking
couldn't-
is they can't. They can do it with their
Like
abomination.
Oh,
they could just
yes,
Kool-Aid Man through
100%,
the wall
yeah,
in that
yeah.
scenario,
Yeah.
which I'm sure they would just do. Wouldn't it be more. What's the radius for a wall of fire?
Well, it's not really a radius. It can either be a circle, like a full circle.
Yeah, what's the circle? What's the
Oh,
circle
it's a 20-foot
radius?
diameter, I think. It's like pretty narrow.
Yeah,
if I recall
so-
correctly.
so-
That already
uh,
had
Hear
it,
me
though.
out, gents. Right?
Oh,
Like, what if we went up there? He just wall of fired them in, right? And then the flaming side is on the inside bit of the wall of fire, because you could get all of them.
yeah,
like
that would do nothing to the were-raven because you know it can fly, so it would just fly upward
Oh,
in less
no,
than.
Yeah, it's not a dome of fire.
Correct.
Can't
It is
make
a.
you
No,
can't make
there's
it a
only
dome
two
of
functions,
fire?
which is a super long wall or a ringed wall. There is
Yeah,
no dome of fire.
unfortunately, yeah, that'd be like we need wall of force for that.
You could wall now if you guys do ever feel like you're getting overwhelmed by sheer hides of enemies.
Doesn't he
You
have
literally
fireball?
can just drop a wall of fire around you, and then only ranged units can attack you.
Didn't Father Hyperion also have Fireball? Or am I misremembering?
Yes, he does indeed have fireball. Yeah, he has
Yes,
any
Fireball
flame
is-
spell that you can think of. He probably has access to it.
Fireball is the great
Oh,
equalizer.
meteor storm.
Oh, good one. True, so true actually.
Bozo, 9th level spells aren't in the game anymore.
Is that a 9th? I thought it was an 8th.
I actually don't know. I
Oh,
assume it's
I thought it was
but
9th.
Maybe I'm
We've done some research. It is a 9th level spell.
Aha.
No, he has access to Fireball, fucking Scorching Ray, Flaming Sphere, Burning Hands, Wall of Fire, you know, all the usual stuff.
Standard fire stuff. Oh, that sounds oddly similar to a character I played once. Underwater.
Oh, that fucking guy, I remember. Yeah, you get it, Hecko. He was terrible. Because he was a fire sorcerer, and then they happened to
was
go underwater
awful.
for like 3 sessions, and he was
That was
fucking useless.
unlucky.
It was
He
so
was
funny. He had one spell
My
he
man
could
was
use.
just
The most damage I did was when I just fucking made like electric bombs underwater by casting.
God, that shit was so
lightning
funny.
bolt, I think.
Dude, Ethan,
was awful.
in that campaign, Ethan's
Hated
character
that.
basically got like permanent incapacitated, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to play this cool character?" He's like, "Oh, fire sorcerer, that sounds cool." And then they go underwater for 3 sessions. Oh man,
Reposo.
yeah, that was
It
rough.
was awful. I hated that. It was that was awful.
Okay, anyway, so yeah, Father Hyperion has those spells, indeed. He also has Death Ward, but that's kind of a soy spell. I don't know if it's super useful here.
It's incredibly useful.
Well, it only resets you to 1 HP, so it's only useful if you
yeah,
think you're
but
gonna
it's
get
like a
nuked.
one extender for Lars. That's like huge.
Oh, for Lars it would be the huge, yeah, but Lars hasn't ever gone down other than like on this island. I don't think he's gone down once.
Yeah, but this will basically
I don't
keep
think it
him
went
fight
down.
forever.
True, it is also his last 4th level spell slot though. He has 1 5th level, but I think he wants to save that for like Greater Restoration in case someone gets afflicted by something really nasty.
Oh, funnily enough,
Does he have
I also
the
have that.
Does he have the components for Greater Restoration?
He would. I don't know what that component is, but yes, he would have it.
Like I think it's like Diamond Dust. or
Yeah,
some shit.
100 GP worth of Diamond Dust. He'd have that. He'd have a. Oh, he doesn't have a Revivify, so no, he wouldn't have a diamond. But yeah, he has components to cast all of his spells. Wait, you have Death Ward? I thought Death Ward was a cleric exclusive.
You gave it as Zednius exclusive.
I did? That's crazy.
Holy based.
Why would I do that? I gotta go read. I gotta go read my own
You
subclass.
gotta go nerf your class again.
No, I'm not nerfing it. I have notes written on why I gave these spells.
First the flying boots, now the death
Oh
ward.
no,
It's all
no,
falling
no,
apart.
I'm just reading it.
No.
Why would I do
Not
this?
again.
Okay, I read my notes. I have no idea why I did that. Okay, anyways, moving on.
I'm assuming Granya's included in
Base
all this
elves.
conversation, so I'm gonna type
Yeah.
some things that she's gonna sign to Father Hyperion.
Yeah, sure. We'll see what Hyperion translates.
Actually, we don't like Cuda.
I don't know why I gave you
Today
that
is
word.
nowhere
I'm trying to
near.
think more about it. I just don't understand why I did this. It's like it makes no sense. Oh,
His
I know
patron
why.
saves
I
him.
found it. I found it in my notes. I know why it is Death Ward. Okay, that's kind of thematic, I guess. It kind of makes sense.
It's literally Allah protecting him.
True. Bro, wait until I add that Allah subclass patron, the cleric domain of Muhammad.
The late fireball.
Delayed. Oh no, that's fucked, dude. Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Dude, holy shit!
I should not have
That's
said
such a
that, I'm
that's
sorry.
that's fucked. That's really funny, but that's fucked.
I'm sorry. I might have just gotten the word deleted.
I mean, oh, that's fucked. Okay, anyways, yeah, Hyperion will translate that. He will say, Grania is wondering if we should not send in some sort of polymorphed animals to distract. Perhaps we polymorph, and he'll point towards Gore. Turn that into some raging beast. Send it in to draw away their attention.
Well, okay. How much do I know about polymorph?
The Arcana check.
Okay, because out of character, I know this doesn't work.
Yeah, Arcana check. You know
With
those.
polymorphed Gore still have the
Yeah, so polymorph
Pound
only
bonuses?
works up to the creature rating of the person you are polymorphing. So if you send in like a gore,
I
don't know
always
what
thought
Gore's
it was the
creature
person
level is.
casting the spell, not the thing you're
No,
transforming.
it's the target. It's the target. You can't just turn an ant into a raging ape. I thought that too. We were like
Well, then
recently thinking the
Gore,
same
I
thing.
haven't given him a CR, but he would be equivalent. Currently, he's equivalent to a CR1 creature. However, one of the
Yes.
party members could be turned into a giant ape.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, what is our level equivalent to CRs?
Yes. For the purposes of polymorph, yes. For the purposes of
Yes.
everything else, not at all.
So
we could
a
have-
CR7 creature. That's like
It's only a beast, unfortunately, which limits your options significantly. So I think there's literally one
The best
CR7
thing is giant
creature.
ape.
There is, one
Oh.
CR7 creature, which is a giant.
Or the ultimate meme. Dropping a sperm whale on the enemies.
yo.
Hear me out.
Banana
I think
Snake can
if we
also
combine
offer
all these
well-shaped
thoughts, B-52 bomber Zednius drops a giant ape onto the building.
Does that work? Is this? Is this
Well,
fast?
yeah, there's some way to avoid fall damage, I'm sure. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I'm sure there's some way to do it.
Just drop someone as a sperm whale, and the sperm whale form takes all the damage. Nobody cares.
Retcon that one of us bought the black cowl way back when.
Okay,
and boom.
retcon, you're all dead. It's a magical item,
Damn it.
don't worry about it.
Damn it.
Grania can prevent fall damage with it, but
Featherfall?
should be out of spell slots.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the polymorph idea, it's something. I don't know if it's...
Polymorph is extremely powerful mid-combat.
Yeah, it's just a concentration beam.
Yeah, but if she doesn't cast it on herself, it shouldn't be too big of an issue.
True.
Like, if
Actually,
she
true
casts it
and
on
real.
me, that should be huge value, actually.
True.
Because I'm
The
not the
issue
most
right
damage per
now is
round.
that in character, I don't think she's comfortable casting on it. And it's just you guys that won't you feel. She'd feel weird
fair.
just casting on you almost.
Cast it on Hyperion, turn him into the fucking... even more Squad W
I
than he
never got
already is.
cockroach.
Yeah, true. So true, actually. Okay, do we want to attempt stealth, or do we just want to do a frontal assault? Because we do have a way to do stealth now. We have 2 invisibilities, plus a sneak up via Severus, and then we attack the front entrance from basically melee.
Are there enemies over here?
Over where?
Area?
No.
Oh, I'm not.
No, you're measuring. There's just no enemies over there. The only additional enemies that exist that aren't on the map are...
Like, can we approach from that direction then?
Yeah. Now, there are things that are looking in that direction, which are ravens, which is why you're never going to be able to get there without, like, invisibility. Like, for example, Maximus will literally, unless he gets like an at 20, never be able to approach this building without getting instantly spotted, especially on horseback.
Yep, that's true.
But
Speaking of
Severus
which,
is different.
Is Mickey being accounted for in the invisibility or not?
No, none of the horses are. Nor is Gore, nor is Hetagal, though. Hetagal doesn't really need to be.
Is it possible?
Well, yes, we can. Because if we're only doing 6 and Severus isn't using the invisibility, then we have Peach do the spider thing, and then we have 1 extra invisible for an animal.
And that would leave Gore outside, all the horses outside, and that's it. It's an idea. It solves the problem of, them spotting you a mile out and getting time
It
to
would be
react.
really good to know how much. Parkon, would you able to tell us what spell slots Peach has left?
Yeah, of course. I think she has most of her spells left. From what I remember, she only used Call Lightning.
Thunder one.
Yeah, she used the Call Lightning was at 4th level.
What? That's like... no, it's third. Okay, anyways, yeah, she has... Oh, she used her 4th level spell slot at some point. So she has 2 third and 3 ones.
Did we not get a long rest? I'm pretty sure we long rest. What did she use it on?
I don't know.
No, it should be short rested. She used them in the fight we just had.
No, didn't we long rest before even starting this whole adventure?
Correct, yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, but since then we had a lot of fights.
Since she arrived in the city, since she's arrived on Gala Isle, she has used all those slots. So, I don't know. Actually, wait, I'm realizing now. It's all coming back. She never got a long rest because she was swimming over, then she grabbed people, then she came back. She never got a long rest, unlike Lars.
And before that, didn't she have something to do with the... Wait, no, that was a different arc. That's entirely
I don't
different.
know. Either way, though, those are the spells she has left. So. A real conundrum.
Does she have Entangle? Not Entangle. What's the one with the
Entangle is a
spiked
spell.
terrain?
I think that is Entangle. 20-foot square where the ground tries to grab you. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about the one with where it becomes giga
Oh, plant growth?
difficult terrain. Yes, that one. That one's
Yeah,
only-
that
It's not
does
gonna
do
work
that.
in the
It only
cave.
does in a 100-foot radius, though.
It has to have
Yeah,
that
100-foot
existing
radius
plants
of
already there.
difficult terrain for enemies is like huge to slow them down.
The plants
Yeah.
have to already be existing there for that to work.
Are they?
Yeah, it does. It says channels vitality into plants within a specific area, and there are literally. When I said bald, I meant bald. There's nothing up here.
Holy shit.
The earth has quite
Somebody's
literally
not
been
Doma.
salted. Like, actually. So.
Are we doing the invis meme then? Getting inside and then just fighting from there?
We don't have any
I think
alternate
it's
approaches. That's
probably
the best one we
I
got.
think that's probably just the best thing we can do. Approach from the east, looking at this map, southeast. Assuming the entrance is there.
This
and
is
start
actually
fight.
oriented to compass. So you guys are currently technically off in this direction to the top.
So the first entrance is like. You said it's right
The two
There's a
entrances
side
are
door and there's a front door.
like
Yeah, correct.
here, right?
here. And,
Where's the other one? Oh, right
over
there.
on the side, yeah. And it's under construction, so there's no like. There's a door in the hinge, but it's like not locked or anything. It's like hanging there basically. Functionally, it's open. Yeah. Last thing is that there are 12 additional Zednians in the quarry, but I didn't feel the need to make the whole quarry because it's quite large. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over what I understand. We're gonna cast invisibility. Renesmee is going to turn into a spider. Renesmee is going to climb into the pocket of Maximus. Mickey will be invisible. Maximus will guide Mickey by the reins while the rest of you guys are invisible and approach the thing. Then, Severus, just through his natural stealth plus his cloak, is going to try to get to... When I was saying 15 feet, I meant this rock. So we're going to try to stack Severus here. How will Severus know where the invisible folks are, and where are the invisible folks going to rally around?
Casting message for you is free, right?
Correct, but he needs to
just
know the
can't
creature's
respond.
there.
Oh,
And you can respond.
So if someone cast message on Severus, that would work, but not vice versa. Because he can't see where you are.
do any spells break invisibility?
I don't think so. I think it's only...
It's any.
Really? That's crazy. Like cantrips too? I guess it has to be because there are combat cantrips.
Well, I'm saying non-combat stuff.
No, yeah, it says cast a spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you all just
We could
agree to
always-
like gather at one point, that kind of solves it. But I
So
don't
wait,
know.
is the meme that we're going to be inside and Severus is waiting for a signal? Is that the meme?
No, it's just
Oh.
that you guys can gather wherever you want, and I don't know where you want to gather.
Yeah, basically I just sneak up to this rock, take cover behind you,
Yeah.
and whenever
I get
you
that.
guys start, I'll react.
Okay, that also
So
works.
then we have a couple options. If we want to start inside the building, we just knock on this wall. If we want to start outside the building, we can knock on the wall on the outside.
What method?
Yeah, I'll just-
Through what method are you going to collapse the wall?
No, knock on.
We're
as
not
in
gonna
to
knock-
Oh,
signal.
literally
knock to
knock on the
signal.
wall. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the signal.
Okay, yeah, that works. That would be quite audible. Okay.
Also, or we could wait. How does a mirror work when you're invisible? I assume it just doesn't do anything, right?
Well, the mirror would also be invisible because you're holding it in your hand.
So, which means it doesn't reflect light. Okay.
Okay. Ethan, Yogi, speak now or forever hold your peace. Do we like the invisibility plan?
Sounds
Fine with
good.
me.
Okay. All right.
Are you just controlling resume for the fight?
Yeah.
Feels bad.
Feels bad, man. All right. So, let's remove some spell slots. Zednius and Sever. Oh, yeah. Everyone dismounts from their horses. Gore will be guarding the horses, so no Gore in this fight, unfortunately. Simply not feasible.
Which, honestly, I think largely prefer after the last fight.
Yeah. Okay. So, Rania cast invisibility. Zednius cast invisibility. Everyone except for Severus disappears, including Mickey, which Mickey probably has a bit of a conniption from that, but of all the horses, he
That's-
can handle it the best.
That's understandable. Yeah.
Yeah, his hooves disappear.
Listen, he doesn't have object permanency. How's he gonna understand he's invisible?
True, he's dead now. He's just gone forever.
I have no
Uh,
idea if
Fucking
horses have that.
collapses, heart ceases.
And you guys walk through the wall of fog. Your hairs get damp. Hairs? Your hair gets damp. And you continue along the bald slope. And rather than cover the exploits of the invisible folks walking across open ground, we're going to cut to Severus.
It is likely that well-trained horses have object permanence.
Yes.
Wow, and
I
it is a
looked it up.
well-trained
Good
horse.
news, Mickey has object permanence.
Wow. Incredible.
Although all of the studies that have been done mostly relate to food, so I'm not sure how this fits in.
Yeah, well, it's, horse hooves are food, so think
I
about
suppose.
that. Okay, Severus, you pull on your cloak of elven kind. Dota, I was gonna say, you guys are slightly visible, and if this was like within 10 feet of each other, I'm just gonna read Dota's message so that viewers aren't confused. A group of 5 water droplet-shaped humanoids approaches, which is true. You guys are walking through the fog wall, so you actually are literally like cloaked in water droplets. But it's a mile walk, so by then they will have burned off. But if this were like a 100-foot radius thing, instantly they would have spotted you. But
Hey, what's
a mile
that over
is a
there?
mile. A mile do be a mile. Okay, Severus. You wait for a few moments after your colleagues pass through. You pull on your Cloak of Elvenkind. And I believe we have a plus 15 to stealth with the Cloak of Elvenkind.
No, that's a plus 10 with advantage.
Oh, okay. So,
Plus 10 with advantage? Holy.
yeah. So, you pass through the fog wall and move up behind a rock. And I think stealth is important here, but almost more important than stealth is plotting your path so that you are spending as little time in the open as possible. Because I don't care if you roll a nat 20 with a fucking all the shit in the world. If you're in an open grass and if you're in like open terrain and there's 10 swarms of ravens looking for you, they're probably going to see you. So it's about plotting your path. So let's get a intelligence check. As you plot how to
Great
move from
intelligence.
rock to rock. Yeah, I think it works the best here. It's like
I
spatial
can't
awareness.
draw upon arcana or history for my.
I don't think that makes any sense. So
I've
no.
studied historical battles, Koka.
No. This has nothing to do with any of that. It's just like spatial reasoning skills. Yeah. You plot a path through stones, and you keep coming back to this one spot. You can get the first half mile done because, frankly, they're not going to be looking that hard. I mean, 5,000 feet is quite distant, but it's this final stretch where you notice there's a spot where you'll be uncovered for 120 feet. You can't run that quick. That is going to be 12 seconds of being visible. Do you have any ideas on how you could assist your stealth during that, what is that, extra 30 feet where you'll be in the open?
So I'm thinking, good old minor illusion should do the trick.
What are you going to do? What are you going to minor illusion?
I minor illusion up the ground, so it looks like the ground is raised in a point where it isn't, so I can take slight cover there for a second.
Interesting. Just like a very slight
So that from the-
6-inch rise,
so that-
yeah.
Yeah, so that from above the raven, it shouldn't look too different from the ravens, so there shouldn't be too high of a likelihood they spot it immediately.
Okay.
And then it should already be gone by the time I move on.
I like the plan. Let's start with a stealth check for the easy portion. I got a DC in mind for this. It's not all that hard. You're moving across half a mile of between rocks. Okay, yeah. This first half mile, easy as pie. You move from rock to rock. You take cover in the crevices of rocks. You know, your cloak switches to the same pattern as the rocks around you. You are one with this rocky field. And then the midpoint between you and the steepled church, you reach this open patch of ground. You wait for a second. You glance up towards the steepled church. Normally, when there's like 1 or 2 guards on sentry, you just watch where their eyes go and you go when they're not looking. There are hundreds of quote-unquote guards, so you can't really wait until that. It's just about speed. So you rocket out from behind cover, sprinting full speed, and then at about the 90-foot mark, you slam onto your belly and you cast Minor Illusion. Now, what is your spellcasting modifier?
My modifier.
Yeah.
Proficiency +3.
Great, then roll
So,
a
6.
D20 plus 7. Oh, 6.
Wait.
Okay, roll D20 plus 6.
Is proficiency 3 or 4? It's 3.
3.
Wow.
Because you're trying to cast a spell while you're jumping onto your belly. We'll just see how good the rocks look. Ooh. Alright, I'm going to roll something. Alright. You hit your belly onto the ground. And you hear And then, do you remain in your current position? Do you try to just get to the rock and then look? Or are you going to, like, peek over the lip of your little fake rock towards the roof to see what's happening? Because all you're hearing is a single crow cawing.
I'm gonna take a little peek.
Okay, you peek up over your little illusionary rock, and you can see a flock of, not a full swarm, but like a flock, like 12 ravens, have now lifted up from the northwestern corner of the church and are flying in your direction.
I'll take cover back under my thing, and I hope they don't come too close.
Okay. Are you just trying to, like, fully conceal yourself underneath your cloak so you're kind of chameleon?
Yes.
Okay. Then you cannot see, so all you can do is hear. So you hear more caw, 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 it gets closer, and then you hear sort of the fluttering of wings, and then you hear clacking of, like, crow talons on stones. You hear clack, 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 clack. Then you hear a peck. You're not getting pecked at. The illusionary rock next to you is getting pecked at. And you can hear the sound of them, you know, not hitting the rock and hitting the dirt instead. They do it a couple times. Several ravens, you know, they're all pecking at this piece of ground. And one of them flies upward and begins to caw.
Wait.
Yeah?
The ravens that... how many ravens is this?
Well, based on sound, you guess... I mean, visually, you saw 12 fly in your direction. Based on sound, though, only 3 or 4 are actually pecking at the illusionary stone.
I want to cast sleep on them.
Ooh, because they're crows. Yeah, roll 5d8.
I think it's going to succeed.
Probably. The question is, does he get every raven within 20 feet of him?
Oh, that's a good roll.
Okay.
That's okay, it's pretty good,
Yeah,
actually.
you cast sleep, and the crow that was about starting to fly up, you just hear thud, and then you hear thud, 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 and you hear about total of about 6 thuds. And do you peek out from underneath your cloak of elven
I
fire?
immediately move on to my next
Yeah, you quickly stand up and move to the next rock, and looking behind you, you see the entire swarm of 12 crows having a little snoozy nap. You have 1 minute to get moving, so you can move 900 feet in that time. So that's quite distant. Did you already remove the spell slot?
No, I will now. No spells left.
Alright, so you can move 900 feet in the time it takes for them to recover. You're going to move a bit slower, maybe half speed, 450 feet. You can drop the minor illusion. So by the time they wake up, they'll just look around and see, you know, dirt and a bunch of peck marks. Yeah, if they were ultra intelligent, maybe that wouldn't work, but, I mean, they are still gross. So you can move forward, and let's get a stealth check during this final approach to the church. Yeah, you're true, Dota. He's literally using magic to gaslight them. That's funny. Alright, final stealth check, Echo.
Really?
This is the hardest of them, because you're approaching the...
Oh, wait, I didn't roll advantage.
Alright, 23.
Alright.
You approach the central structure. During the time it takes you to navigate this, you do see the 12 ravens that were sleeped lift up, circle the spot they were at, cawing for a while, and then eventually returning to the central structure. No one was sent out to, like, investigate. Like, there was no cultist that walked out to, like, go poke the ground or anything. And, sorry, I'm just marking some shit. And you can approach that stone. So you're now within 15 feet of the building. I need to remove a wild shape from Renesmee's sheet. I need to turn her into a little spider in somebody's pocket. And then we're going to cut to the invisible group in a moment here. I just need to do some random shit. Token-wise. Okay, so, and then we got head to call. Okay, you guys, the invisible group, you guys approach the central keep, castle, steeped building. And visually, you're not really worried, so the only concern is sound, which, Maximus, you are quite fucking loud. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. Mickey is as well, because he's in horse armor. So how close do we want to bring Maximus and Mickey to the central keep? If we want to keep him on the battle map, he could be 45 feet away from the nearest raven. Or if you want, you could bring him to the main entrance with you. But, again, he is quite loud.
I can cover distance pretty well, so
Sure.
it should As long as
Okay,
I
so
stay
leave 'em at
within
45
one
feet.
round.
Okay,
Within
you leave them
one-
back then. So now we have Lars, Zednius, the father, and Renesmee in the form of a spider. So we got the four of you guys pressed up against the wall there. What do we want to do?
Not Grania and Zednius as well?
No, Granny and Zednius are there. There's a lot
Oh,
of
okay.
names. Yeah, just
He said 4 people. I was confused.
yeah, but I showed on the map, so it's fine. So you four are there. Severus is technically not there yet. It takes him longer. But what do we want to do with the? What do we want to do with them? Do you just want to leave, stay there, and just knock on the wall?
If we're wanting to fight from the inside, which just sound like that was the best plan, then yeah, once we're inside, we'll knock on the wall and start fighting.
Once you go inside, so you're trying to sneak past these cultists at the main entrance to get inside the main gate.
Ideally, we use the side entrance because it's not as a full door. But
I would agree. The side entrance is on the more busy side of the steeped building, however.
Oh, okay.
Alright, fuck it. We should have talked about this before.
Well, they're here now, so it's just going to be the
because-
four that are pressed up against the wall.
Yeah, because I don't know they're already here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, wait. Where's Maximus?
Maximus is up near the top right corner. Because he's loud as fuck.
Oh, okay. Now, I was thinking
Okay.
that maybe I can cast like a minor illusion to distract them.
Yeah, that'd be wise.
But
Well,
they
if
don't-
we're
I don't
planning
know
on
that
starting
they're here,
combat
so-
as soon as we enter the door, then we just have to get close enough to sprint inside, and then the combat starts from there.
Okay, then just like on the edge of the building then? I mean, that's still sort of gotta get close, but... Are we good with that? Or do we want to try to get closer?
Kind of looking for...
It's just you and
Yogi to
Yogi,
fight
because,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you good with
I
holding
trust
that
you
corner,
guys.
Yogi, or do you want to get closer?
I'm okay with hugging the corner.
Okay.
Because we're starting combat, all we have to do is try to get inside before getting hit, basically, because we want to just funnel them in from there, right?
Does seem to be the strat, yeah.
Well, this up here is the Were Raven.
Yeah,
And we were trying to get inside to lure her in there as well.
lure everything in there. So you're fighting
Yeah.
them in...
We just
we
want
know what's
them to...
inside.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I described it. I didn't show you the battle map, though.
That's
there's
where the
just
guy
a
with
foyer
the
with two
rituals-
cultists defending it. And the guy conducting the ritual, yeah.
So if we bust in, we can just stop the ritual pretty quickly as well. If that's what we
Seems
wanna
reasonable,
spend
yeah.
time doing. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Ideally,
think-
we just have these only 2
Should
entrances that
I-
they can come in through, so we just set
should
up
I-
spells there.
Swap with like Lars or someone.
Yeah, if you
that's
guys want to change any of the
everything is-
positioning stuff,
I don't
let me
think
know.
I should be in the front.
That's
That's what
fine.
I think.
Yeah, let's move, yeah, we can move Lars to the front. You're all invisible, so it doesn't really, it's the same shit. Then we got Renesmee in his pocket. Okay, this is our positioning then. And we are going to take a quick 5-minute break. And when we get back, we will be launching our assault on the Hall of the Raven Tyrant. So, see you in 5 minutes. All right, welcome back. So all the positions of the party have been established. We know where they're assaulting from. The only question now is what actually starts the combat. So it takes about 10 minutes for Severus. Well, yeah, about 10 minutes for Severus to get into position. And Zednius can spot Severus. He can tap Granny on the shoulder, who can tap Father Hyperion, who can tap Lars. And the question is, how does combat actually start? What is the action which, boom, triggers the fight?
I don't know. I imagine the distance. Lars can get inside, but then it would start the combat before everyone else can get inside.
Correct. So that's the rub. Right now, everyone's in position. We have Severus behind a rock. Maximus is invisible back there, just waiting for something to happen.
Sorry, what?
Well,
does
everyone's in position. The
is
question
this counted as a surprise round?
Probably not. No. I don't know. It depends what starts the combat. Like, if you walk around the corner and punch the cultist in the face, that'll be a surprise attack. But it's not like all the
That'd be
invisible
on
people are
that.
going to get a
Yeah.
surprise round.
Because I'm wondering if we're all acting at the same time and we all sprint past at the same time. As soon as they see us, it just starts combat, and so we take 2 opportunity attacks.
Well,
Right.
you're invisible, so you take no opportunity attacks.
Oh wait, you're right. We are invisible. So it's just stealth checks when we get closer.
In combat, I think they'd hear the sound of you running past them, but they would, like, unless they're attacking the exact square.
Because
you're in,
ideally,
then
I'd
they're
want to
not hitting
sneak,
you.
like, just keep sneaking in and try to get to like here.
So you'd rather combat start with them catching you while attempting to stealth than you attacking them?
I think that's the best way for us to get inside, yeah. Because
Okay.
otherwise we're not going to be able to get inside before combat starts.
Sure. Yeah, and it does take an action to open up doors, so that is something to consider. Okay, roll me a stealth check as you approach Lars.
Well,
and we will...
let me ask Yogi first. Is that what we want to do?
Yeah.
That sounds fine to me.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Oh, sorry.
we'll start
I didn't
with
mean to do that.
yeah, it's a long spell. You're not going to use it in combat. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah.
We'll stealth check Lars. We'll start with Lars getting
Is
close to the entrance.
is Maximus staying behind?
Yes, he's too loud. There's no chance he'll ever pass that stealth check.
Okay, so he's waiting for the combat to start, then coming in.
You got it.
That is going to be mildly terrifying. Someone just hears jangling from a direction and then wham.
Yeah, they also hear like the heavy breathing of horses, and I mean, basically, like Volks get some. Oh, sorry.
Wait,
Did you already roll
it's
stealth?
important to know who cast invisibility on Mickey.
We know who
and
cast
Maximus.
invisibility. Oh, true. Actually, that's a good point. I would imagine you cast on yourself, Maximus and Mickey, and then Granny cast on herself, Hyperion and Lars.
The invisibility was really just to get me up here.
Well, you're still
anyway.
here, so we gotta keep track. All
I
right.
think.
Lars begins to move forward.
Okay.
Lars, you make your way past the wooden barrier. I think it's around here where you are 10 feet. That is so close. Like, you're like within arm's length, basically, of these cultists. You take a tentative step forward. They're talking to one another. I mean, they are just normal people underneath all the robes and shit, so they're just talking and yelling. Basically, they're looking at each other through you right now. And you press yourself against the wall. Let's get a stealth check from Father Hyperion. I don't think he has a special proficiency in it, so it's just going to be a dex check.
Well, all right then.
Well, we should have the. If we don't want to fuck it up, I don't know.
Not great.
I'm gonna say we should put the people with higher stealth first. but I
Yeah,
think we'll-
probably, but they're all bad at it, so. Yeah, Father Hyperion steps around the corner. The sound of just his boot fall is enough for the cultist to raise an eyebrow. And I think as he, goes to baby backpedal, he sort of backs up into Grania because she can't see him moving, so she just has to assume he's walking forward. They collide. The cultists look a bit confused. Clearly, they know someone's invisible, so I think that's going to be enough to roll to
Do
combat.
they? Is that the common enough thing?
I think if they hear the boot step, that alone is that's just kind of weird. But then the sound of him backing up into Grania and just sort of what she can't talk, so she's just pushing at him and he's sort of grunting. I think that's enough to trigger the what the fuck? Yeah, that's probably enough to trigger. So now they can't see you still, so that is very important to know. But we are going to roll into initiative.
Oh, there's my token.
Indeed.
Oh, am I not?
All your tokens
was
should
that-
be on the map, other than Renesmee.
Am I not mounted?
You can be if you want. It doesn't matter.
Actually, yeah, it takes
Yeah, it literally does not. I'm pretty sure you can do it as a free action.
Okay. I
essentially.
should have done this on my break. I gotta take my dog out real quick. Be back.
Okay, sounds good. Man,
Oh,
he was
wait.
talking about PoE instead of taking his.
Should I
dog. Know what you did
roll
to him.
Hegal, or are we just gonna have him go with me?
I'll just go with you. Was there a reason why he was going separate at
Oh,
some point?
good initiative roll.
Well, at some point he's gonna be able to attack and stuff. But we
Okay,
can
yeah, at that
keep it on
point
my
he'll
turn.
be on his own initiative. We're not there yet. Oh, I knew I forgot to pull up the stat block. I forgot to pull up the fucking flesh sculptors. Cringe.
That's fine.
Boo.
Just use a peasant.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, right now all he does is help, and he should probably be on Lars in that case.
Okay. Dude, Lars is
Can I do
literally
that?
festooned with little guys, little creatures hanging on him.
Then a spider.
Yeah, a spider and a Hecagon. He's done.
Wait, is that Renesmee spider mode?
Yeah, it is Renesmee spider. Okay,
You didn't roll Renesmee.
I did. It's just not
Oh,
visible
you did?
because she's on a GM layer.
Oh.
Severus, you hear one of the cultists take out his knife. Technically, no combat has happened yet, but it's close enough.
Well, I'm wanna peek out right here maybe.
Okay.
Can I see this guy right here?
I don't know. I mean, maybe, yeah, but that's easily 3/4. We'll say half cover.
Oh,
No, it's all about
Father-
just seeing him.
Yeah, you can see him.
I wanna cast Mage Hand
Okay.
and does he have shoelace?
He does not have shoelaces, no.
Fuck.
He's wearing moccasins.
Wait, maybe like a belt?
He does have a corded belt, yeah.
Can I open the north with my invisible mage hand.
Are you trying to like molest him with your? What is happening?
No, I'm
bro?
trying. I'm trying to like fuck up his first turn, basically. Without
Okay,
being
you can
noticed.
give the help action to Father Hyperion if you want, or you can. I don't. What do you want? What do you want here? What do you want from me?
Like, I'm thinking like as a like I can use it to pickpocket, basically, right?
Yeah. Do you want to
So
like
I'm
steal something
thinking-
from his person?
I wanted to like make him like less battle ready by. I guess it would just effectively be the help action towards Father
Okay,
Hyperion,
great. You get the help
where,
action
like,
towards
fucking with his balance.
Father Hyperion. I understand what you're saying. I just don't know what you mechanically want me to do. But yeah, we can do the help action.
Yeah.
Okay. The Were-Raven hears the sound of. Well, I don't know if she's heard enough to actually leave her tent yet. Not really. Such a goofy combat, bro. Okay, Maximus, you got it. Just there's been like a single gasping cultist. That's not enough for the Were-Raven to go full fucking schizo mode. So Maximus.
Maximus no fuck.
Yeah,
all
true.
what's
Yeah, if the
happening.
Raven doesn't know anything, you don't know shit
He's
either.
just
Good
like-
point.
He's
Yeah.
just chilling.
The Abominations are chilling. The Zednians are chilling. Zednius, you would know. I mean, you heard the cultist take out a dagger and gasp. That's pretty strong sign. What a weird combat, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to go above the. How tall is this building?
This
I
is
just
a
want to be
100. Sorry, no, 100-foot long. I gotta go look at the dimensions. I sent Hulu 1 sec. I think it's really tall. Though. I think it's like. Oh, actually, no. It'd be the center of is really tall. The edges would be 30
You can
feet
make
high.
this one.
Okay, I just want to be like a box over them, peeking around the corner because I didn't. I just
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to-
yeah. You can easily do that. You just fly upward and to the thing, and now you're above Father Hyperion's head. So that's your
Okay.
movement.
I'm not casting anything. So I'm
Okay.
just gonna go over.
What a wacky fucking combat. Okay, well, what would Renesmee do? I mean, she heard the gasp of the cultist. Combat has clearly begun, so probably she'd just leave the pocket and turn into something else, right? But she's not invisible, so that'd be like instant combat starter.
Yeah, maybe you should just wait. Like ready in action.
Maybe she just waits. Oh my god.
Like, ready in action to like turn back or something.
Can you ready bonus actions?
Well, actually, I technically no.
Yeah. Surely Dota's back from taking his dog out. I don't think he is.
Well, what do you mean? No, what do you mean? I hear him.
Is
he
he?
says, "Yeah, I'm gonna walk up and punch
Oh.
the dude."
Yeah, I also definitely heard that. Fuck.
I thought we were going right into the building. Why would we start fighting outside?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I'm just executive order. I'm having Grania action dash. And Lars is going to walk forward and open up the door. Unless Dota stops me right now. Okay, he didn't stop me. All right. Lars walks up and opens up the front door. I will now denote that the door is open
How
via...
tall is the door?
The door is about 10 feet high. Maybe 8
So
feet.
I could fit over them if I wanted to go in. Like I could fly in above them.
Yeah, you'd be squeezing, so you want to end your turn
And-
there. But yeah, you could fly above them.
Can I fit in while on Mickey?
You'd have to lean down, but yes.
Okay.
All right, this flesh sculptor is unaware. Okay, this flesh sculptor is actually doing something because the door just fucking opened behind him. He's going to cast the spell.
That is a bit suspicious.
A bit suspicious. One day I should just do the wacky shit that you guys do to NPCs to you guys because I feel like these things are way more suspicious than you give them credit for. He's going to cast Flaming Sphere directly in the square that Lars is. Now, Flaming Sphere actually occupies space. So I don't know how that works. So I'm just going to play the spell. Yeah, it's a 5-foot diameter thing that actually, like, it has to be unoccupied. So he's gonna cast it.
So his spell
Wait,
fizzles.
No, it doesn't fucking.
Wouldn't he,
Weird.
wouldn't he attempt to cast it there and it just like...
I'll go with this. I'm just saying, anytime you guys encounter invisible enemies, you're gonna want to kill yourself if we go with this ruling. But I'm just telling you, like,
Yeah,
oh,
fair
actually, that's
enough.
an occupied space,
Fair
so you
enough.
can't cast a spell there. Plus, he saw the door open, so he probably would have cast it a little bit offset from the main doorway. So he'll just cast it right there. Now, technically, that is the interior, so there is an allied cultist inside of that room that is adjacent to him.
Log advantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna go read this spell again. So he's cast it. That costs concentration. I think it only casts damage when you start your turn there.
Can't you like
No,
use
it's
your
when you
bonus
end your
action
turn.
or sort of bump into people with it?
If you ram the sphere into a creature, must which he is definitely going to do because he knows exactly where the creature is. So he's going to ram it into. Well, he doesn't know Lars is there, but he's going to slam it there. He doesn't know specifically Lars is there, but he is going to slam the sphere there, which is going to deal fire damage and needs a dex saving throw. And Dota, are you back? He's not back.
Please tell me that.
Dexterity saving throw. Oh, okay. So he takes half damage on 2d8 fire damage. 2d6, sorry. What a time. What a time. You ruined him with the PoE shit, man. Oh, he's back. Hi, Dota. Both your turns came and went, so I just had Grania run over and had Lars open the door, and now they got hit by a flaming sphere. For a little bit of damage.
What does Flaming Sphere do?
2d6, 4 fire damage. It was cast by the Flesh Sculptor.
Can we just walk in the door still?
As long as you don't end your turn within 5 feet of it, yes. That
Okay.
And even then, you just take damage. You can end your turn within. Yeah, you can move past it, or you can move around it. Father Hyperion is just gonna fucking follow the plan. Action dash over here. Actually, wait, he can move through a friendly square, so that's 35, 45, 50, 50. Now he's technically inside the building, so we have to change battle maps for that, which is gonna be a bit complicated. But I'm just gonna go move that. Inter battle map fighting. It's gonna be a bit wacky, but that's okay. Alright, which group of cultists is this? Is this the one that... Yes, okay, finally. So, this cultist is gonna move... Well, they're all gonna move to the doorway, because that's where they actually know enemies are. These attacks are a disadvantage, because they can't see the thing they're hitting. But, I mean, they are still gonna do it. So, Raven cultist. They have battle axe attacks? That's fucking wacky.
Oh my god,
That
surrounded.
doesn't sound right.
Apparently they do. I guess I've just never fought with them in melee before. Oh yeah, they've always been doing Raven's Agony. Anyway, so this is disadvantage, disadvantage. I think at 19, yeah, 19, so that one hits. Disadvantage, disadvantage, disadvantage. I mean, you say that, but I think half the party has an AC above 19.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just one person.
No, I think it's Zednius and
Well, I lost my
Severus
shield,
and
so no.
Ethan. Oh, you lost your shield, okay. Alright, Lars, you take 17 damage as axes come swinging down and strike you. They know the square you're in, but they don't know, exactly where you are, so the rest of them miss. Swarm of ravens. I think these are just going to fly over to this side of the building. I don't think they're going to descend quite yet. But they're going to bunch up in the corner. Hundreds of ravens cawing and clacking and scuffling.
If my turns got
Only,
skipped, could I have not done stuff before then?
Your turn didn't
What?
get skipped. You moved to the entrance and opened up the door.
Alex, didn't you put me in charge of Father Hyperion?
Yes. Oh, I just forgot because the combat was just so light. Because nothing was happening. All right, Severus. I think at this moment the battle has well and truly begun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit! I need to add a turn tracker. It's going to be very relevant. But continue. Because this is round 2.
This is where I take out my short bow. I make a step to like here.
All right. You get advantage on this first attack because you are attacking like from stealth.
And I shoot, I assume the Flesh Sculptor because he's like in a fucking crowd, is like heavily covered, right?
Correct. Like, I don't. That's like 3/4 probably. I did Lars. She's just on a GM layer right now because she's in spider
Oh,
form.
So I'll just focus this guy because I have a clear shot on him.
Great.
Is Headhook on me as well?
Headhook is also on you. Yeah. Yeah, you are very stacked right now. That does indeed hit. That's 23. And that kills. The arrow splats into the back of the cultist's head. He drops to the ground. And that's when I think the sound of shouts as someone dies. That's probably enough to get the were-raven moving. So she's gonna move 10 feet, and then she's gonna
Hold
fly.
the phone. Hold the phone.
Oh,
My bonus action, cunning action dash
okay. To
to
where?
move. Let me just check.
The phone is being held currently in my hand.
Right here.
All right.
That's 30 feet.
That is 30 feet. Okay,
Go ahead.
so moves 10 feet outward, turns into a raven, then flies 110 feet into the air. I think that's their movement speed. Let me double check. Yes,
She had an insane flight speed.
indeed, yeah. So she is now 110 feet into the air. Mark that on her sheet. I should also mark that on your thing because you are currently 15 feet into the air. All right, now we have Maximus.
Oh boy.
Has the time come for battle?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Think of the
I'm
various
gonna do something.
noiseties.
I'm gonna roll initiative for the cultists on the interior. Yeah. I think we're going to keep the foyer on this battle, not just because it's going to get confusing if we don't. It already is a little bit confusing, but that's okay.
They not take damage from the flaming sphere?
They do indeed when they end their
Oh,
turn.
wow.
They just haven't
This
gone
is
yet.
way farther away than I thought it was going to be. All right, so we're going to move there.
Let's see what they got.
We're going to action dash. He's in the air, so we're good.
They also can't see him because he's invisible. You're also still invisible.
What's the rule on moving Mickey through these little traps here?
You can't end your turn there, but he can squeeze through them.
Oh, okay.
So if they were still being defended by cultists, you'd just be stuck. But since they sort of moved to the interior, you can move through them.
I'm actually going to move over here.
Okay. All right, your horse thunders loudly, though still invisible, incredibly loud. Initiative 16, Crow Abominations. This one, how far can they move? 30 feet. Okay. This one's going to action dash in this direction. The one down in the pit can't do anything. This one is going to action dash to here, and this one's going to action dash to here. The sound of battle is going to result in the worker Zednians fleeing over here, away from the battlefield.
Thank God.
This one's going to start climbing down this ladder. This one's going to go over here. Zednius.
Dash into the building.
Okay, I'm just going to draw sort of like an interior overlay of what the building looks like. Right now we're just in the foyer, so it's not a huge deal, but that's the door. And then there's like a wall till here. And then on either side, there's a staircase leading upward. So that when I say foyer, I mean like this front room. So yeah, you can move to that front room if you like.
Okay.
You have 60 feet of movement, so I guess. And you have that, I don't know, a lot of room.
Yeah. To the left there, sure.
Okay, boom, you fly in. Action dash. Renesmee is going to leave spider form, turn into an adult human woman. Pretty crazy magic trick. Sheesh,
Was it
man.
reaction for her to dismiss it?
I think so. Wild shape. You convert to your normal form by using your bonus action on your turn. So that was her bonus action.
Wild shape.
As her action, does she disengage? No, it's just 2 opportunity attacks. So she'll just move there, take the opportunity attacks. Battle axe, battle axe. Jesus Christ! Okay. Should have disengaged there. Minus 12 HP. And she's going to cast, what sort of spell she got? I was looking earlier, but she will cast Entangle. It's a 20-foot square, so 20 foot on each edge. And I think it affects all creatures. Yeah. So she's going to cast it back here. So that means 4 saving throws. Strength, 1, 2, 3, 4. All those cultists just failed. And now does the Flesh Sculptor pass? Nope. Every single one of them failed. So they are now all restrained? Yeah,
That
restrained.
just mean no movement, nothing else?
0 movement, yeah. I think that's all. Hecko, can you go double check that? I am a bozo, it is what it is. Okay.
Sorry, double check what?
Can you go double check what restrained means?
I already got it.
Yeah.
Oh, you already got it. Sheesh, look at him go.
Creature becomes 0, can't be bonus. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's
Ooh.
attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has
Ooh.
disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
God damn, okay. Alright, this is the red dotted cultists. They are going to begin to run in the direction of the quarry and start shouting at these Zedians there, whereas these 3 are going to go around the corner. And, they're just going to go around the corner over here. The rest are shouting at the Zedians, though. Grania.
This spell wording is kind of weird, so I'm gonna post it. It says you can cause each creature in a 10-foot cube. Does that mean I can choose whether it affects
Correct.
large or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if these become frightened, nothing changes because they can't move, correct? But then
Yeah,
the
now,
other ones would try
just
to
as a
run away.
reminder, because we've been using, like, the Ultra Oath of Conquest frightened, the normal frightened condition just means they can't move closer. They don't have to run away.
Unless he's He's not doing fear, right? Okay, he's not doing fear.
No, it does the special fear spell nor the
Frightened
special
creature has
oath of
disadvantage
conquest.
on ability checks and attack rolls within the source of the fear, is within its line of sight,
Okay, correct.
and can't move willingly.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's not going to make them run away or take damage, like with the Oath of Conquest stuff.
Whereas charming them just makes it to where they don't do anything, I think.
I think they view you as friendly, right?
Can attack the charmed target. at
So they'd be able to
advantage.
attack your allies. Frightened's probably better because it gives disadvantage on attacking your allies.
Let's see if there's something better to use. This creature within a 30-foot cone.
So the way we measure cones is we go from your starting square, measure out 30 feet, and then measure 10 feet to the left and right, and then there you go, 30-foot cone.
We can't use that.
Okay. So many features, so
Yeah.
little time.
I guess we'll use it then.
Okay. 10-foot cubes. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like all of those cultists, every single one of them. So what are we doing? Frightened or charmed?
Yeah, frightened.
Okay. The flesh sculptor is immune to the charmed. Sorry, did you say frightened or charmed?
Frightened.
Okay, then they all have to make saves. 1 for the flesh shape changer sculptor. There we go. He's fine. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That
Two
is
19's pass.
19 passes. What about what's the DC?
16.
16. Okay, so 1, 2 fail. So we'll mark them as frightened. Where's the frightened marker? There it is. 2 frightened. Fine, and frightened again. And then these last 2 are also frightened. Jesus Christ! What a wombo combo of spells. However, that does break invisibility for her. She's still concentrating on invisibility. Oh no, it's not a spell. Never mind. It's a feature, not a spell. So movement.
So
and
how does
bonus
moving with
action.
invisibility work with the opportunity attacks?
They do not get opportunity attacks, I don't think. I think opportunity attacks require you to be able to see the creature. I'll double check. I'm pretty sure. View all rules. Yeah, I see examples of it. They don't specifically say you need line of sight, but it seems ridiculous to me that you don't. So, yeah, you can move.
I think it should move inside here.
That would be a bit odd.
That'd be super weird. Do you have a bonus action or are you good?
I think I'm good.
Okay, then the 2 Raven cultists on the interior. Okay, this is a weird thing. This guy can't willingly move closer to his source of fear, but he also can't see you. So, also, while the source of its fear is within its line of sight, it can't see you.
Oh no!
Do you want to drop invisibility willingly?
Because
currently
yeah, once
it
I get to
does-
here, I can drop it willingly. Sure, I can even. I
Yeah.
don't want to end it there.
All right, you go to there, you drop invisibility. Now they're actually feared. So this guy literally cannot move unless he wants to run into the fucking flaming sphere, which he does not. So he will disadvantage Raven's agony against her. Nope.
It's,
This guy though, he can move away, so he's going to move here. He's going to battle axe. Oh, sorry, single one against Renesmee. Hit. Knocks her down by 4. And then this guy, no matter what is rolled, he's going to burn alive at the end of his turn because he's right next to the flaming sphere. So he screams in agony as he's burned alive by his own team's fucking flaming sphere.
You're fucked.
Yeah. Also, Father Hyperion. No, he hasn't taken a turn yet. Never mind. Lars, you have advantage on your first attack because you got Hatagal there.
well, I have advantage on everyone who's entangled as well.
True.
I'm still invisible, but I can't. I assume I can't move through enemies. Correct.
Correct. Also, the second you attack, your invisibility drops.
I knew that part. Yeah. Does this work?
Yep.
I'm going to. I think I have to do this first. Let's dig deep,
Okay.
and then I'm going to double attack him, the flesh
Alrighty.
sculptor, at advantage.
Yep, there's no such thing as double advantage, unfortunately, so it is just normal advantage. Hit. Katonk. God damn. Okay, and that... So he now gets 2 saving throws against concentration. There we go. Wow, okay, drops on the first one. So the flaming sphere is now gone. That's it, right?
Yep.
Okay, second flesh sculptor. He's going to run over here and basically prevent these Zendians from retreating. Their bodies will be needed. This flesh sculptor at the entrance, what is he gonna do? Let me pull up my rod of flesh sculpting. So many options.
That's my rod of flesh sculpting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does
Such
sound
an,
sassy.
such an
I know what it
awful
sounds
item.
like. I know, it's so good. Yeah, the flesh sculptor. No, that would, oh my god, I almost just did
He
the
can't move and
dumbest
everything
thing
has a
ever.
disadvantage.
No, I know, that's fine. He's not making the attack. I almost just did a wacky manipulation. That would have been very bad for everyone involved. Yeah, he's gonna touch the staff to himself.
Oh.
Oh,
His skin begins to exude a slight, like, liquidy green substance. All right.
Does this look similar to the thing he did last time?
Not even close. He's only done suicide bombers in front of you guys so far. Okay, Father Hyperion.
it's not gonna help you, bozo.
True.
I think he's gonna move here. He sees an opportunity.
Oh,
Fireball.
that
and
would
that's
also
exactly
hit
it,
Lars.
yeah. It depends on where he puts it.
Are you gonna do
So-
like an airburst shell?
We fight this, we can't.
Yeah, I think we've banned
Well-
airburst shells.
Yeah. Can he?
Yeah, they got the Geneva Conventions.
True.
What's the ruling on looking through one person?
Yeah, so Fireball is not a ranged spell attack, it's just like a fixed point, so I think it's fine if you want to do it through like one person. When you
Yeah,
get starting to
which,
get like 3 people set up though, that gets
That's fine, but I have the one person line of sight right here,
Yeah,
right?
that is still gonna hit Lars.
That's fine. I mean,
Based?
like,
What's the range on it?
I think it's a
the range
20
on
foot
Fireball.
radius.
The range on Fireball is enough.
150
sure.
feet.
Well, I'm asking because you
20
can position
feet
it to where you
radius.
hit most of them.
Oh yeah, right here
Yeah.
would work. Now I'm gonna be real with you. That goes through 2 barricades and a dude, so I am gonna want a spellcasting modifier check,
What?
and if it fails, it's not gonna hit the target that you're aiming for. Because
Is it gonna aim like 5 short or something?
we'll roll a. There's a thing
I
you can
ima-
roll to basically randomize.
I
where it
imagine
hits.
it'll hit one of the obstacles. That was
Correct.
its
Yeah,
way.
it'll hit something in the path. Yeah.
What? Wait, but Fireball isn't a projectile.
I know it literally is. you throw a little beat
No,
of
it's
fire.
not. No,
You
no,
throw
no,
a
no,
little
no.
beat of fire.
Well,
It just
let's-
A
appears
bright
where you
streak
point,
flashes
right?
from your pointing finger to a point you
Oh,
choose
that's
within
the wrong-
range. Yeah,
that's the
exactly.
wrong
There's a
character
little
sheet.
there's a little streak that flies from your finger to the point that you're pointing at, and I'm saying he's pointing through one person and then 2 obstacles, so that's quite a bit of shit to point through.
So you're nerfing the spell. Okay.
I'm not nerfing the spell at all. I'm just saying that you.
So,
pointing
oh,
doesn't
so
mean
you're
you
just
can-
saying,
So
oh, so
Alex,
just
it
changing
just
how
says-
casting spells in D&D.
No,
works.
hold on. I have the answer. It says a point you choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not where you're pointing.
Yeah.
Like.
No,
so it
the
doesn't
fireball
matter.
is
So
still
long
every
as
single time we've ever discussed how it works as you point your finger, a line extends from that point to the point that you're pointing at, and if you have your line of sight broken, you just can't cast the spell. So clearly, line of sight is a factor here, and I'm saying your line of sight is being impeded by 2 obstacles and a person. So it stands to reason that
Sure,
there's not
but
a
is it-
guaranteed success.
Isn't it like magic missile? Where so long
No,
as I
magic
can
missile
actually
specifically says it'll
see-
bend around corners and shit to hit targets.
So just
Sure,
Fireball.
but this is
Fireball
just
does
a
not do
point
that.
I
It does
see.
not specifically say it in the spell.
It says that Fireball spreads around corners.
Yeah, when it explodes, not when,
And that-
when you're casting the spell, bro.
Yeah, that's because of when it's casting the spell, you just choose a point.
Okay, then fine. You
Activate
just don't have line of sight,
projectile.
so you can't cast it. There you go. Do you like that more?
But
Because
that's not
that's
how
the
spells
the other
work.
option. You need line of sight. That is how spells work. What are you
I don't
talking
love that
about?
bit.
Well, obviously a line of sight, but
No, yeah, and I don't think he obviously has line of sight. That's why the check's being made in the first place. So, you can either risk it, or you can just not do it. That's also
Well,
fine.
see how many.
'Cause I don't think
it's
that
gonna
line of
hit
sight's guaranteed.
him. It's gonna hit him if it goes up on that guy.
Yeah. Well, if it goes off on any of the obstacles, it's hitting Lars.
No, it's gonna hit Father. It's gonna hit Father Hyperion
Oh.
himself.
Yeah, it would hit like half the
He's
party.
gonna. Oh god, it's just gonna hit everyone.
Yeah.
How tall is the Crow Abomination?
They're kind of hunched at the shoulder, so I think they're like 8, 9 feet, somewhere, if I recall.
I'm getting nowhere near as many dudes if I hit that. How about the barricades? How tall are they?
They're about chest height. What's that? 4 feet tall.
Okay, would it be easy enough to hit the barricade itself?
The frontal one, yeah, because it's in like basically the same square as the cultist. But if you're targeting the
Can't
second
you also
one,
just do the flame wall right here and just point it towards this way?
that would burn you alive.
That would hit you.
And
Is it
Severus.
has 10-foot range?
Yeah, it does.
Oh. You
I'm
can also do it
available.
here and then
I'm fine
point
with it.
towards the
You
left.
could definitely
can't you?
fireball the Crow Abomination because he's taller.
Can't you
than
also do
everything
flame
else.
wall here and then point towards the left?
Yes, correct.
That doesn't hit as many people as I would like it to hit.
What if you firewall like this?
Through
I
the
don't think you
building.
can go through objects.
I think firewall requires it to be a constant, like aligned with continuity.
And it
Yeah, but
just,
this would be because it's going through
just-
both doorways,
just
right?
Start here.
The door, the other door isn't open, but if that one was open, then yeah, it probably could.
Oh, it's not open. Okay.
No,
Wait, this one?
no, the wacky line that Severus is measuring. Don't worry about it. Do
Yeah,
you want to
could
just
be.
do a left facing one?
Couldn't I just do a line like here?
Yeah, that's the one that
Just-
Joe was
oh,
talking
Andrew,
about.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
let's,
can do that.
let's do that.
And I assume the burning side is the left-hand side.
Yes, yeah.
No,
Hey,
it's alright.
Always got to
No,
clarify.
it's-
Maybe you just want to kill Lars. I don't know you.
You could chat.
Yes.
Fuck Lars.
Face.
All right.
I'm always saying Lars. He's
Okay,
way too
yeah,
strong.
we'll cast Wall of Fire.
All right, and I'm just drawing these little lines to indicate what side is burning. Okay, so instantly the Flesh Sculptor and one Raven Cultist have to make saves. Only the people inside the walls have to make the save on the first turn. Can you pull it up? Is it? No, it's Dex. Never mind. You don't need to pull it up. Okay, that Cultist instantly burns alive.
That was the Flesh
How's the
Sculptor.
flesh sculptor?
That failed? Oh, you're right, it was the Flesh Sculptor. Okay, never mind. Flesh Sculptor. He is bloodied.
Nice.
Now the Cultist has to make a
He can't
save.
move either. So he's gonna get
And-
hit by it next turn.
He is instantly burned alive. Doesn't matter if they fail or succeed, they're dead. With that number, anyways.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay,
Oh shit,
so
sorry.
they
Flesh
just have-
Sculptor needed to make a strength saving throw at the end of his last turn because the entangled thing. Actually, a bunch of people needed to make saves.
Oh, I get fucked.
Nope, he failed. Alright, now it's the Raven Cultist turn. These ones are frightened.
Don't forget
but-
restraints have disadvantage on dex saves.
Oh, that's
that-
interesting.
Is that the way that works?
Probably
Yeah,
is.
they also. I posted it earlier in chat if you scroll up a bit.
Okay, so these cultists
Oh, I
do
see,
not
okay.
have disadvantage from frightened, but they may
The
have
frightened
it from
stays on them,
restrained.
where if Fiery moves in again, they're frightened. again,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
But the restrained thing. Does that also give Okay, yeah, so these are disadvantage against Lars. 13 and 14? Both miss, right?
Miss.
Okay. And then these cultists over here, they're just gonna run. Well, this one is. Because he can't. He's gonna run around the corner to the side entrance. This one is gonna make a strength check against his entangle. Fail. And he just burns
Oof.
alive at the end of his turn.
That was-
There's no save he can
that
make to
was rough.
survive. So.
Right and last until the end of Grandia's turn. This next turn.
Okay. Swarms of Ravens. Is there a Zennius? There's not a Zennius. Alright, then Severus gets to be the lucky fella.
Uh-oh.
And these two will fly over here. Okay, so this is a total of 4 of these are at advantage. No, 3. No. The angle's weird shit because they can fly. But no, he's literally backed against the wall. So yeah, only 2 of these are at advantage. Advantage. The 23 hits.
Second one hits. Yeah.
Yep, and then normal, all miss. The 3 normals against Lars. Normal. 2 hits against Lars. They are half damage though because the dig deep thing. So Lars, you take
damage.
6. No, you take 4, 3, 7, and then Severus takes 8.
8, which I have with the reaction.
Okay. Severus.
Right. These are all like swarms of tiny creatures. Can I move through them?
No.
Wait, don't swarms have like a thing where you can move through them?
Some do. One sec. Let me read this swarm may. I don't think it does, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Swarm. The
swarm.
swarm
The
can
swarm
occupy
can.
another creature's space and vice versa. Can move through any large opening. I don't think this says you can move through. them.
Vice versa. Vice versa.
Yeah. So you can occupy. Oh, I see what you're saying. So if you can occupy its space, you can probably move through it.
That was my logic, yeah.
Yeah, that,
Interesting. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. There's also something called Horde, and that specifically does say you can move through them. But Hordes are different than Swarms. They sound very similar, but mechanically they are unique. But we'll say you can move through it, sure.
My cunning action does not have disengage, does it?
It does, right? Isn't that like one of the 3 things it has? Hide, dash, and disengage?
Oh, it does, based. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Disengage cunning action.
Great.
And then... This is... Wait, how much is this? Can I move like this, diagonally?
No.
Okay, makes sense. Still moving there. Wait, actually, I'm just gonna move here. And because last on the other side, this guy is giga fucked.
Yeah.
You already had advantage anyway, though, because of Entangle.
Oh yeah, right.
That hits. And the cultist is dead.
I'm back off.
You do take 1 opportunity attack at disadvantage.
I'm still disengaged. Disengage lasts for the entire
good
turn,
point.
right?
True. I forgot you said disengage. Okay. Now it is the Were Raveness's turn. I don't know if that's the proper grammar. Can she get based? Right, she's technically on top of the wall.
Raven called?
A raven. Yeah, probably just a raven. I don't know if we're gendering animal names. We're not like Spanish. Okay. She flies there, and she is going to cast down onto Lars. There's so many options. Wait, one sec. I gotta read this spell real quick. Yes. Lars, make a constant... No! 30-foot range? Are you fucking serious? That's so cringe. I'm now realizing she's so high up she can't even cast half of her own spells. Okay, she'll cast a spell on herself.
you put her too high up.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, so she is now shrouded in armor. With spectral frosted armor.
Look at this.
Alright. Maximus.
Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna go into Mortal Kombat with a bunch of crows.
Mortal Kombat!
I will remind you, most of us are probably going to be inside, so if you stay out here, you're going to get swarmed.
True. First attack's at
yeah.
advantage though, Maximus.
Yeah, that is an issue. Actually,
You could remain invisible for the time being.
Where was I? I was right there.
Yes.
I was like,
You're 5 feet to the left, but yeah.
oh. All right. Can
Okay.
I plot a movement path to get in there? That's the question.
So
Not
you can
currently.
squeeze through here. You can pass through Raven Squares as established by the precedent of, Hecko
Yep.
versus the state of Virginia. Then, no, the cultist cups you.
So I'd just hold off and just wait for the right moment.
It's
to
literally
attack.
that one cultist because you can squeeze through all the other spaces.
Interesting.
You could also start riding around if you want to, and then eventually go in through this door.
That is a cool idea. There are so many just things over there.
So many things.
Yeah.
Damn, them things be thinging for real.
They do.
How does the
be-
firewall work again? Is it if you walk through it at all, or just end
If
your
you
turn?
walk through it, and if you're on that end your turn on that side of the wall.
Maybe
After
it's
10
it might be time to give Mickey well, actually, Mickey. Yeah, if we're gonna be fighting in the church, it might be time to give Mickey up.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Because you could get there this turn if you leave Mickey behind and send him on his own way. You know he can take care of himself.
Well, he'd know to go back to Gore, so.
Yeah. If
Not
anything,
much of an issue.
He's sort of the alpha of the pack,
No, that's cool.
No. Mickey has full plate armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Gore's
Yeah, do you
I'll-
want to spend...
I'll,
okay, you dismount.
I'll dismount for
He'll run away.
however
Invisible still,
minuscule
by the
amount
way.
of movement. Yes. He's just gonna go and freak Gore the fuck out for a while. That's about it. But now I am reduced to a soy boy with 25 feet of movement.
Cringe.
But I
But
am
you are
still
invisible. Yeah.
And I
So-
can always just action dash. Which I
Correct.
think
You're
is
getting in the
exactly
church
what
this
I'm
turn.
going
The
to
question
do.
is, where do you want to be?
Oh, okay, yeah. And
But
I
I-
don't
Steve-
and I don't take any opportunity attacks because invisible.
Correctamundo.
I don't.
And if all
want
of us
to
get
be-
on the church battle map, we can actually change maps.
Is it right there? Is that within 60 feet still? Because I don't
Most
want to just
likely.
be right in front of the door. I felt like that was 60 feet.
That is
Ah,
65.
damn.
Actually cheating. Can't believe it.
Okay, you know what? I will just be.
You can just
Chad
kick
in
aside the
doorway.
corpse and stand
I
there
don't
if you
care.
want.
Right there will do.
Okay, yeah, you kick the corpse. All right, abominations. Now, they're not known for being the smartest in the world, but they are currently commanded by someone who is smart. So they are going to approach right to the edge of the flames and wait.
Ooh.
And this one is going to, with a large amount of prompting from the thing that controls it, begin to climb out of the quarry. It's going to take a full turn to do that, but by the end of its turn, it'll be out of the quarry. Zednians. Those Zednians that manage to get down into the mines are going to essentially go on strike, as it were. They are going to stop working and just like shout back up at the cultists. There is a power struggle happening here in Gelen, but you can't hear it. You don't understand any of it. So it's just, as far as you're concerned, it's just bleating of sheep.
Good to see the abominations are unionizing.
It's fucked up to call them abominations. You know they're people. You know that.
Nah.
At least before you were ignorant. Now you actually know.
They used to be people.
Formerly human.
Oh god.
Bold
Alright,
of you to
Zednius.
assume Maximus isn't incredibly racist.
Yeah, good point. Sure, he is a Mythosian.
I'm doing a lot this combat, but you guys have it handled, so I'm just gonna fly to the other side.
Okay. There's a guy alive right there that's attacking Renesmee.
Yeah, but he's like gonna explode.
God, I would have gone over there. If I,
That guy is not gonna explode, but okay.
Okay, well then I'll fly over. Hold on.
You can just attack him and then fly over. The only thing you do is lose invisibility. Oh, that reminds me.
If I lose
Father, whatever,
invisibility,
is not
he'll get an
invisibility.
opportunity attack, right?
Yeah, but just kill him, man.
Is he a regular guy? He dies quick?
Just
Yeah,
kill
he's a
him,
regular
man.
guy.
Oh, he's a regular guy.
Wait, what do you
Okay.
think he was? Like a flesh sculptor or something?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay, Eldritch twice, and then maybe fly over. We'll see.
We'll see. Dead.
Okay. This door's closed, right?
Which door?
Behind me.
That one, yeah. They're all doors except for the main one are closed still.
Okay.
Also, Marcus' invisibility is broken now.
Do I have line on
Yes.
this
So
guy?
the only person who still has invisibility is Maximus.
Do I have line of sight on this guy?
No.
Okay.
It's through a wall,
What about
and
this
the
raven?
wall of fire is opaque. Yes, you do have line of sight on that raven.
Okay, I'll shoot that raven with the second blast.
Yeah.
What did the Ravens experience when Maximus was fucking tromping through them?
They
Yeah.
felt a force just pushing past them, and they tried to peck at it, but, plate armor, so, and then you just walk past.
And then fly over here
Your
behind
confidence
Maximus
flanking.
and that big guy where it's safe.
The big guy?
I don't know, the cleric guy.
Oh,
This is
Father,
where
okay,
it's
I
safe.
thought you were calling Maximus the big guy.
It's safe over here.
Okay, Renesmee is going to turn into something. What does she normally turn into? Fucking dire elk? Great elk? Can that fit in this fucking
One
room?
of the two.
She, yeah, dire elk cannot fit in this room. So she will turn into a... Are badgers good? Badgers seem cool. No, it's only one.
Anything
What's she on?
giant's gonna be good, right? Like a giant.
No, a giant would literally kill her because it's too small of a hallway.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought,
The best
lar-
thing
I
you-
thought
I
giant
think
things
the
were
best
just
thing-
large size.
Oh yeah, it depends. But like a giant elk is
It is huge.
huge size. Yeah, she'll
Oh.
turn into a direwolf. Let's have Yogi roll 5d10 plus 10.
Direwolf,
That's a
really?
lot.
Yeah, I think
That's a lot
direwolf's a
of
good one
dice.
here. It's her second highest health creature.
I was thinking of
That was-
bear.
Yeah, I think bears are better. Like a
Dog
cave
shit
bear.
roll.
She doesn't have access to a cave bear. Her best
Jesus.
bear is a brown bear. And she's gonna go over to this entrance and ready an attack. I'm gonna add Dognesme to the initiative order real quick.
Ognesme.
Yep, Dognesme. Dognesme. Okay. And now we have Raven Cultists. Which one are these? Are these the red boys? Okay, the red boys are mobilizing in full force, and they are also, I'm gonna say, semi-intelligent, enough to not burn themselves alive, so they're gonna go there. Grania. By the way, there is like a whole ass vaulted chamber deeper into the building, but the door isn't open from the inside yet, and I don't feel like switching between maps constantly, so we're gonna stay on this one until everyone's inside.
Come on, Lars.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I don't think I want to waste a spell.
Oh,
Is this like a hallway on the outside that you can go through?
It's a staircase leading upward to a second level.
And did we ever explore the second level or in this? Or no?
It all connects to one large vaulted chamber. So the stairwells are like banisters, essentially. Does she just want to hang out until Lars comes in? Or, like, hold an action to move?
No, I think I do want to go up. Yeah, let's start with just 30 feet of movement then. Right here, I think it was. Yeah.
Okay. 1 sec. Let me look on the other map to tell you what's there.
So ideally, I want to dash.
Oh, there's so much shit up there, bro. Okay, give me a sec.
Well, I can't fucking see it, so I wouldn't.
Yeah, I know. That's alright. It's just you couldn't have seen it until you turned the corner, so I just give me a sec.
So am I here?
No. You are right there. The top of the stairs is the first time you'd see them all. So I guess you'd be 1 square below that, but you need to be at the top. I just got to transfer all your to the interior map. It's not a big deal. It just takes a second. I was waiting until Lars died, or not died, came inside to do it.
Uh-huh.
I did not mean that. I misspoke. You have to believe me.
The bozo.
I misspoke.
I don't believe you.
Okay, well that's fair. Okay, anyways. Boom. Fog of War is on. Right and revealed, but this map is a little bit laggy from just do that. I don't know why it's laggier than the other one, but it's okay. It's all done. I'm real close. I'm almost there.
Alex, are
Yeah.
you ready for my 10th level feature as a Cavalier is literally just sent.
It's bold to
So-
assume you'll ever get to this level.
Get
Then
back.
we'll just make a special hit squad just to murder you. Okay, this is
Just
the interior map.
having Sentinel.
Who already has?
Yeah, true. They've already been made. They're just waiting for
Oh
you.
god.
Yeah, this one lags
Turn it.
real fucking bad. I'm just gonna be real with you, but it looks good. So I don't care.
The
We're
Ravens are already
gonna drop
inside.
invisibility. Jokes on you.
Yeah, so you're
There's
right
the Ravens on the
inside.
roof.
What?
I thought the Ravens were all on the
There's
roof.
ravens inside
There's
as well.
right inside this one.
I thought whenever you checked inside, the only things we saw inside were 2 cultists
We
and
saw,
some doing a ritual.
we saw
No, there was
groups of ravens
way more than 2
inside.
cultists. There was a dozen cultists, 2 abominations, a bunch like a couple dozen. Yeah, a shit ton of raven swarms. Anyways, yeah, that's what we see. We go back to the other map, but we're gonna a lot more on this one later. Because I got it all set up now. Okay. So, oh, sorry, you said you
They
wanted
see
to
macro?
potentially dash.
Yeah, but do they see my aggro? Like they know what's going on?
Yeah, they are on alert. Yeah.
Huh.
This does do multiple levels, just lags. It also does have proper line of sight. It just lags.
Do less.
She's casting greater invisibility.
Yeah,
no,
but
no,
you know what's crazy?
Okay.
The other one could have this with the exterior at the same time.
This one can also have that. I'm too lazy to do it.
Jeez.
Because it's gonna be so laggy. Can you imagine how laggy that shit would be? Oh my god, dude. Don't get me
Yeah, I
Did
can
they notice
imagine
her
it.
before she got
That's
to the top of
smooth
the stairs?
60 FPS and found
She
oh my
flew
god.
up before she got to the top of the stairs.
Did they notice her before she got to the top of the stairs?
No. Because she
I-
didn't have line of sight for when she applied it
Okay. Then I will cast greater invisibility.
at the top of the stairs.
Before they see me.
But then how would you seen them?
You're saying that where I'm at right now, do they see me? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, yes.
Wait, who are you casting Great Enemies on?
Herself.
So,
Wait, how do we have that many spell slots?
She has 2.
2 plus I have features from things that aren't the actual taking of spells, and then I also have a item that gave me back 1.
I assure you the map
Pile of
checks out.
power?
No. Anyways, yeah, what do you want to do? You go to the top of the stairs, you see them, they now see you. So you guys have both made eye
About
contact.
25
with
foot
one
of
another.
movement. Yeah.
Yeah, and you still have action dash and bonus action. Or action for
How
whatever
does
you wanna
sleep work for a swarm?
do. The swarm counts as 1 creature, so you have to get the minimum HP of the entire swarm.
Pretty easy considering I can upcast it.
Ooh, yeah, that would help. But I think even upcast, you're only gonna get like 8d8, I think.
No, we did this math last time on the thing. It was like 11d8.
Okay, yeah, 11d8's a pretty hefty jump. But it's only gonna affect 2 swarms because it's a 20-foot square.
Correct. Yeah, I know that.
Wait, didn't you just cast a spell already though? In this
No. He didn't actually
No,
cast
I-
greater invisibility. He was just like,
Oh,
I misunderstood the situation.
yeah, it was a miscommunication.
great end.
Oh, by the way, since this is a really dangerous fight, if there's ever a miscommunication, let me know, because that could easily get
Is this just
characters
like
killed.
look down into here, or
Yeah,
I'm
so
confused
if
on
you
what this
move-
even is?
Yeah, if you move 5 feet forward, it would make a lot more sense. But
can see
basically,
that.
it's a banister that overlooks an interior of a vaulted chamber, but you're at the top of the stairs, so you can't actually see the chamber it overlooks.
So essentially, these crows could just fly over to this side.
Exactly, yeah. It's all one big vaulted room.
Man, I can't wait to get fucking AoE spelled by the Ravenous, dude. I guess I'll just stay down here and not peek up.
Okay. Alright, so we will cut back to the exterior map. Raven Cultist. I don't know which one this is. I think it's the one that insta-dies, though. It is the one that insta-dies! Okay, so this guy's frightened and restrained. So he's gonna take a disadvantage attack against Lars. I mean, it could hit. It's happened before. Nope. Okay. Well, he's technically not dead, but Lars, it's your turn.
Okay.
Oh, by the way,
Extra
here, when you're in the
moxie
middle of the
points.
doorway, you actually can do a diagonal move, because it's like a double door, so you can diagonal move there to avoid the wall fire.
Moving through allies costs
10.
movement or no?
Yeah, cost 10 each instead of
Gotcha.
5. You would be. Kill the part of you that cringes.
I'd rather kill you.
Yeah, you would.
That is the part of it that cringes, though.
I know that she's gonna use some bullshit AoE spell because she tried to do it last turn. So I just have to prepare for it now.
Yeah, you know it's coming.
I literally can't. There's no way for me. If she targets a door, 30 feet is too much. It's too much. I can't do anything about it.
Well, now you know how the enemies you fight feel, okay?
If you take the dodge action, you get advantage on dexterity saving throws.
True.
I do.
What are you doing, Lars? Silly little Billy. Silly as
I think
Billy
I'm
is.
just gonna go support Granium. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna Moxie brace up first of all. Oh wait,
Okay.
no, I can't do that. So I'm going to
Okay.
Moxie stick and move, and then I will use my action to disengage.
And then your bonus action to dash. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm basically a rogue.
True, actually. What the fuck? That's actually kind of fucked. Oh, sorry, I misdrew on the map. The stairway is 5 feet wide, so technically all of this should be 5 feet to the right. I will fix that. I didn't have the interior perfectly
It's the
memorized when I
Invisible
drew
Man
these
all over
lines.
again.
It is actually.
Bozo.
Except that was roll 20 and not me.
Surely. a
Anyways,
rogue
it's
would
like
do
that. You can move through her
Really,
still.
it was
It's
roll
not
20.
possible.
Okay.
Rolling is roll 20. It works perfectly until it doesn't.
That does sound like roll 20, yeah. Correct. Okay, I will move this to the interior map now. Tactical is the perfect size. Okay, which flesh
Wait.
sculptor is this? It's not the dead one. Okay, this one is going to reach out its staff and press it into the chest of the mongrel in front of him. Okay, now we got this boy. So instantly he takes wall of fire damage. So can you roll that, Ethan?
It doesn't say the same.
Isn't
What?
it still just 19 damage?
I think you re-roll it, but
Oh, alright. I can look.
I don't think it's going to say anywhere that, oh, you just keep the initial roll for the entire length of the wall of fire. Because if you
Yeah,
rolled a
I'll re-roll
fucking natural...
There you go, 24.
There we go. Okay. He's dead. I assume you would be.
Does it explode?
Does he
Yeah,
explode?
that's-
No. His body does...
He's alive!
Ooh, no.
I'm gonna
it
assume
just-
the poison thing was something that reciprocates when you get attacked. Then would be
Probably
my
something
guess.
like that, yeah.
Especially after Lars punched him.
Either way, we don't have to find out now.
Yeah, Father
True.
Hyperion, you're still concentrating on the wall of fire, but everything that was within its aura is dead now. I think we
Can
can
it
just
be
move to the
moved?
interior map. Did who move?
Yeah, I think
You cannot
the
move
wall
the
of
wall.
fire.
turn tracker for
No, you
initiative
can't
inside.
move the wall of fire.
Okay.
Yeah, we're moving to the interior map. I gotta roll some initiatives real quick. Ugh. Okay.
Yeah, as I said, there's the initiative tracker in the chat.
Yeah, it tracks it. Wait. Do you guys not see the...
No, all we see is turn tracker 3 here.
That's so
Oh, yeah,
weird.
it's-
Look at my screen.
yeah, it's-
It's all your
it's
initiatives.
Yeah, I think that's a GM feature for some reason.
Why would it not?
I don't understand.
Well, how do I want to do this? I'm just gonna tell you turn it because I have the thing still on my screen.
I posted it in the chat. You can just look at it.
What?
Like everybody can in the.
Oh, Discord. Okay.
You
So yeah,
can
I'm
answer
mine.
you.
It's still.
I told you like
so
3
it's,
times.
I'm not listening. I'm sorry. I just tuned you out and stuck. That's my bad.
I like
Slow
Alex
ch-
better.
Okay. Sorry, I just gotta roll some initiatives. I thought we were gonna deal with this fight in 2 separate phases, but I kind of like this this running battle approach. It's a bit.
We literally
complicated,
told you we were gonna do this, didn't we? We're gonna funnel them into the.
No, I mean advanced when I was like building these maps. I made them separate maps. I thought you were gonna take them on separately.
Yeah, imagine planning for something and your players doing something
Yeah,
entirely
something
different.
Never.
Wait,
That
why
would
would
never
we put them
happen.
on outside though?
It would never happen ever in any D&D game.
No, yeah. Also, I'm happy I didn't make them combined map because then I think my voice would start doing the robot thing again, probably. But to be fair, that has literally not happened once, and I changed till nothing, so I don't know.
Why would you say that?
Oh, you're
Just
right. Now it's
changed
gonna
it.
Yeah, true.
I thought you did change something.
I changed a bunch of shit, but I don't know what actually fixed it because, yeah, it literally could as simple as a computer restart. Because that's what
I think it's because Saturn is in retrograde.
There is the stupid meme with Windows that whenever you shut down your computer and not restart it, your timer stays the same.
Yeah,
It's,
I'm aware.
times
I
Yeah.
recently had a 6-day timer on my computer.
Yeah, you have to like set
very epic.
the. There's like a setting, the power settings, where you can change that.
Yeah, the only power setting I care about is one that. Wait, never
You can also just restart it.
What?
Okay.
Oh.
All right, everything's fixed. I just need to go to the correct, and I believe it was Father Hyperions. Okay. I just remembered it was. Okay, Father Hyperion, it's your turn. I know the initiative tracker says something different. You just gotta ignore it because it doesn't have the combined list like I do. Anyways, Ethan, what you doing?
Oh, let's see here. Do you think the wall of fire should stay up? Does everyone?
It's preventing
Yes.
like half the force from moving in. So yeah.
Correct.
It's incredibly useful.
Okay.
And
yeah,
whenever you
I
want, we
think
can hop
he'll,
back to the exterior hall.
Also, remark Constitution on Father Hyperion.
Oh fuck! I think I just fucked something.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh,
Yeah,
something.
They were.
No! Okay, anyways, continue. Sorry, the initiative over is actually fucked now. Keep doing your thing,
God.
though. I'll fix it back on.
Are we trying to
I'm
move farther
so
in?
upset.
Ideally, yeah, we start dealing with stuff inside and then funnel
Okay.
them
Does
in
he,
as they come.
does he need to be able to see the wall of fire to maintain
No.
concentration on it? All right, sick.
Oh my god. Dude.
There.
It was working perfectly, and I ruined it. Now I have to add all these initiatives. Okay, you move there. Are you doing any action or bonus action?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Fuck me, dude. Okay, next person is cultists, but which cultist initiative 6 is the real question.
Couldn't tell you.
Oh god, but there's also, okay, it's like I just gotta I had all your initiatives working because it carried over from one map to the next, and I had to leave all your tokens on the other map, and then I put the entire initiative order.
Yeah.
I just gotta add it back manually.
Would the simple solution not have just been to have the battle map on the same thing and just hid the targets
That
inside?
was
so
the
we
simple
saw
solution.
them?
It was just gonna lag the fuck out of the game. Because if you guys don't see it, but I would, because it's on the GM layer. Okay. Anyways, I fixed it. Just took a second. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, okay.
Wait, why can I see the turn tracker properly?
Because I
now?
fixed.
Holy
kind of.
chad.
Yeah, just took. Okay. This flesh sculptor gonna do nothing. This flesh sculptor is on the outside is going to do something. They're going to make another living bomb.
Let him cook.
Wait, where are the pro mongrels? Oh, here they are. Okay.
Oh, waiting at the wall.
Raven cultist. Which cultist is this? This is the ones on the inside of the building, so we don't touch those. All these cultists are dead. These guys have a very important job, though. They're going to move, action, open a door. Move, action, open a door. Huge. Okay. Swarms of
Door where
ravens.
Nesme's at?
No, you guys cannot see which are they open. Okay, these are the external swarms of ravens, and all of these are about to fly inside. So I'm going to transfer a total of 8 raven swarms to the interior of the structure as they swarm inside. On an initiative 5. Boom, boom, and then boom. All right. So where are you guys going to attack? Well, clearly Severus is the first choice, and I can get some goofy things on him. So,
You only get like two
say
flanking,
always,
right?
but it's just
Yeah,
two.
that's enough though. Then we'll get Tyrant.
Why are they coming from this way, not
Because
this way?
they're
This
not.
is the way
That's just where
out goes?
minor tokens on.
Oh, okay.
So I copied it. But they're going to the outside. And does he have enough movement?
And they're growing.
Wasn't there only 5? Oh no, minus 3.
15, 20, no, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so this one,
45.
these ones back cannot attack. They're just, but the ones on Heko can. The rest of them can. So this is 2 advantage. Hit. Normal,
Yep.
normal. Hits total. Boom, 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 boom.
That's halving the first is tradition, so that's 6 is 11 damage.
Yes. Severus, it's your turn.
Finally.
Finally.
That is the
Is it
most.
an action to open a door?
Yes.
Yeah,
You also can't do it right now because you're diagonal to the door, not
it's definitely my favorite thing about Harkon's
It's
world.
my favorite thing about Harkonnen. I made it. It's my world.
Which makes it inherently cringe.
Which makes it inherently based.
Cringe, yeah.
Based
What
on
are
your
you doing?
standards. Which is cringe for everyone else.
Based on what?
What are you doing?
Cunning action disengage.
Okay. The worst?
Just
You don't want to attack them first.
don't worry. We're just gonna stack up on the stairs so they get the perfect AOE
Wait,
lightning bolt.
Do you not want to attack them first?
No,
Wait, why?
because I'm gonna do something.
Okay, what are you doing for your action? Stacking on the stairs, troll face?
Well, the thing is, I'm gonna dodge.
Technically.
What the fuck? Okay, where Raven? On
What
the
the fuck?
outside.
There's like 15 ravens on half HP,
Alright.
and we're about to get gigafucked by the Raven Lady, okay?
I already measured it. We're getting giga-fucked regardless, no matter what you do, so we might as well kill
Yeah,
someone
but
before
dodge
we get
gives me
swarmed
advantage
even
on the
Alright.
deck save that's coming.
The Were Raven Lady's turn is done. She moved.
Oh god.
You can't see her,
somewhat
but
scary.
she did indeed move.
Alright, well,
Well,
let's
if we
fine.
can't see her, did she really move?
True, actually.
Oh, that's
These are the
it's on
walls.
top of a dead body.
Pro
That's
Abomination's turn. I know the initiative order. It should be a bit better for you, but it should still be kind of fun. Alright, this Abomination's running around the wall of fire. This one is joining it, and this one is also joining it.
She's in the walls.
They're around
Oh,
the
no.
walls. Alright, Maximus, where are you?
Sick. I am currently being gobbledygooked by
Cool. You're also still invisible.
Oh yeah, never mind. I'm
Literally
not
the
being
last person in the party
by,
who still has invisibility.
Until Grania breaks it.
True. Which he's still concentrating, so we take those.
I thought I had it on him.
It's going away.
I thought I cast it on Max and the horse.
It doesn't matter. I'm attacking that raven.
Oh, you're right, it was you, not Granny. True.
Then Grania no longer has concentration.
Chad.
Yeah, that hits. You break your invisibility. Oh, all that shit's fixed. You slice through half the swarm. Jesus. Jesus. You kill an entire swarm. Swish, 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 swish. And then they all die.
It's funnier to do it with a lance, but
It's like the rapid thrust through each crow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
so
like
you end up with
like
like
an anime.
like
a
20
kebab.
crows just speared on your fucking lance at the end.
Alright, now the swarm of rays you've all been waiting for, the ones on the interior of the building. They're just gonna fly out, I'll say.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know. That's why I hyped it up so much, because it's such a crazy, unprecedented. I think that's all of them. Nope.
Do we know how high these stairs go up?
25 feet.
How much fall damage is that?
2d10. Alright, that's the swarms of ravens on the interior. I get our crow abominations. All fucked up. The crow abominations should have gone where the ones on the inside, but I fucked up or whatever. It's fine. You start
You only take fall damage
scratching
when
at
you
the.
fail the dexterity check, right?
Yeah, when you've. Depends, kind of. Yeah. You guys begin to hear scratching at the doors. Alright, now we get some Zednian action. These two Zednians are sprinting full speed. And now it's Zednius' turn.
Okay, I'm gonna land if that's not gonna trigger. I don't know where they are.
They are.
It didn't say they were
The
high in
ceilings
the
in
air.
here are so short. There's functionally no difference between you being flying and.
Oh, okay. Just to be back to back with Maximus, and then shoot the one directly to my right twice.
Alrighty. Pew pew! Finger guns into the sky. You blast through half the swarm. You blast through the other half. Dozens of crows, like bleeding, staring up at you. Why, God? Okay. Great.
I'm going to use the healer's kit on Lars.
Classic. Alright. Dog Nesme is going to...
Hold on. I can still move. I need to decide if I should, though. I'm going to assume I'll take aggro if I go upstairs. Never mind. I guess I'll stay.
Sure, you don't want to increase your threat level or the boss is going to start targeting you. Man. But you gotta kill quickly so you don't get its enrage timer. Okay, Direwolf is going to do a bite attack against that swarm of ravens next to it. Uh-oh, I clicked the button. Oh, okay, never mind. Alright, it just misses them, huh? Raven cultists. Which one are these? The red ones. Okay. This door, the one that Renesmee is camping, opens. Now, I don't really know how to depict this, but on the other side there are two Zednians with, like, burning chests.
So explodey ones.
Oh, they're gonna
Yeah,
explode. Yeah.
so you should just know that.
Renesmee's gonna die, and she's not.
It could happen, and she's not here, and hey, you know what? It is what it is. It wouldn't be my first choice, but here we are. Okay. Then we have the Tanri Alma Uban. He's gonna take his turn. You guys scream from inside of the echoing through the atrium interior of the building. A scream of like a gurgling scream is the best way to describe it. Lars. Probably have to target Reggio.
How much movement?
Full
Can I
action
get
dash
to-
to get to the stairs.
Really?
Yep, because it's 10 feet to move through each of your allies.
Isn't this only 50?
10, 20,
What if he does a
30.
sick wall run?
No, it's 35. You're right. I just had a stroke.
It's 35 to reach the base of the stairs.
Hate everyone.
You can also just rush out onto the balcony, get a good look at what you're fighting.
Yeah, let's move up 5 feet first, and then I go from there, I guess.
All right. So within this vaulted chamber, that was the wrong thing. Within the vaulted chamber,
I'm gonna make the assumption that they're doing the ritual on the raven swarms to turn them into these mongrels, but we'll see.
not quite. So yes, there are a ton of ravens. First of all, there's a flesh sculptor, some cultists, 2 abominations. However, the rear of the chamber can be seen a man with a long white beard, red robes, and he's in the process of doing human sacrifices. But he doesn't seem like a person who's conducting a ritual. He is like frantic. The person just killed. He's like still in the process of ending out their blood, and almost like this was meant over the civil long. Now it's just to run. And he has just killed a man dressed in tow, looks very mythologian, and just poured blood to the base. So yeah, you can 5 feet. And steal that.
Someone's measuring.
Yeah, no. Echo is.
Yeah, I'm just measuring the perfect fireball.
Now, those ravens... Oh, yeah, sorry. Let's talk about the dimensions of this room, because we got Flying Boy, so it's going to come up. You are 2 feet above ground level. Sorry, 25 feet above ground level. The peak of the room, though, that central atrium, is 70 feet high. It's quite tall. So those metal pillars are about... Sorry, not metal. Stone pillars are about 5 feet above ground level. So a fireball would hit every ground. Those ravens' eyes first.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Is this entire thing a pillar, or is it just the middle part?
The entire thing is...
This entire block?
Yeah, block is raised.
How high?
Bruh.
How high feet?
And then the pillar goes all the way to the ceiling.
Yes.
How high up is this? And this is 20 feet, so I'd have to jump 20 feet up.
No, it's 25, so you'd have to jump 15 feet vertical and then 10 horizontal. So, not possible. That was so.
And if I jump down, does it look like I can get past, like, kind of go to here to get
Yeah,
there?
sorry. I have 1 second. I can show you something. I wait high pillars, so we're just on ground level. So yeah, you can easily move past them.
Oh,
Yeah.
so once I land on the ground, I can just walk.
Yeah, we can through the ground. Yeah, you can literally just
Okay,
walk
that
up.
was confusing. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We can switch between the maps. I think we're mostly going to be on the top level though.
And this looks like just another captive here, or I can't measure this thing.
That's a cage with a who is this person? I don't know, somebody inside. A Makai tribesman. That cage. There's also one over in the left corner that I currently have in the layer, but I'll just move it here. So yeah, there's 2 additional sacrifices, but that's all that's left in the room. They've already done 4 6.
Are you counting jumping down as the full 25 foot of movement?
It doesn't cost movement, but it does deal damage.
Automatically, there's no save.
No, there is a save, but it just reduces it. You don't get like 0 damage.
Okay, do I half it with dig deep?
Yeah, I guess you do, because it's bludgeoning. So we double it.
Okay, -1 moxie point. I'm gonna move 60 feet
Okay.
to here.
And are you jump or you remain on the balcony?
So that would be my bonus action to moxie point. That's my full movement. So instead I could go here, but then I only have 5 feet left. So never mind. Instead of moxie pointing, I'm just going to action dash there and then brace out for moxie point.
Okay, roll your temp HP. Father Hyperion. I feel like you just went. Okay. So Father Hyperion, what are you doing?
I suppose the wall of fire is sort of useless now.
Maybe. You
Good.
can't really
I
see
mean,
what
it's
it's doing.
stopping 3
Wow.
giant boys from coming in.
I think a fireball is going to be more useful in this particular
Fireball
scenario.
does not take concentration.
True. You
No.
can do both.
No, of course
Oh,
not.
based! We're just going to do that.
Cool.
All right, what can we nail here?
Anything at ground level or anything at like air level. Though from current position, nothing because I can't see anything.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll fucking shove past her and come out here.
10, 15, 20. All right, there you go.
Okay, that's. I forgot how fucking wide fireball is.
20.
It's 20
Radius.
feet radius.
Yeah,
So
so that
for
could.
this game, it's a 40-foot square.
Do you think we should get the old man, or can we take care of him individually?
He's probably pretty strong.
Yeah, all right. Well, where's the? All right. So yes, no on those guys. Yes on that guy.
Yeah, fireball the deal, man. You're only getting 2 other people. Just assist.
Yes to all.
Yeah, I feel like
of
this
them.
is like so much better. What was that?
Yeah. Let's do that right there.
You want to do Hekos?
Yeah,
Do you want to do it at bird level or ground level?
ground level.
Okay, so that would hit 5, 6, even cultists. Sorry, 7, 8 even cultists.
And 1 abomination and
Oh,
1 flesh golem.
Where's that centered? It's centered like here. That square wasn't right because it should be able to hit these guys too.
Well, if you cast it center, I don't think it was centering it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm
cast it center.
just making it so it hits the most people.
Does this not have the same effect?
1, 2, 3, 4, 1,
Uh,
2, 3, 4. Maybe like.
Well, in that case, you'd be hitting like this.
Move to the right one.
Yeah,
Or
Echo, your square's
Hakon,
not
yours
big
is
enough.
yes.
The
No,
square that I
Hakon's is
just
too big.
red square is that size.
Yeah,
What?
your
4 foot diameter, so.
your square's not big enough, Echo.
It says 40 feet, huh?
I don't know what to tell you.
Okay,
I'm
the
doing.
reason the problem is because when you tag it sometimes it doesn't look shit. It just is.
I didn't do-
because it's
Oh!
Yeah.
Are you doing this meme where you're like, are you centering on
he's using
center of
the
the square?
outside of the square.
correct.
Yeah, I'm using the corner of the square.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you can just
okay.
move to the right and do one of these.
Holy shit.
Do you want to do that?
So much.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
great. This is ground level, so it doesn't hit the ravens. You fire.
That's fine.
Are you upcasting it, or are you just doing level 3?
What do we think? I have a singular. But you know what? I can't actually use
All the
any of my
ravens-
5th level spells.
All the
Or,
Wait, no,
regular
no,
guys
no,
are
no,
gonna die
no,
right
no, no.
from
Greater
this.
Restoration, we said we're saving this. And also, it's 1d6 per level. That's not that worth it.
Everyone
Just do it.
besides the sculptor and the abomination is gonna die from this. Like all the regular guys are gonna die on
can't-
level 3.
If we're saving the 5th level for greater restoration, then I don't have any 4th level spells.
Then third.
Yeah, 5 over 3rd level
Fireball.
12.
All right. Yeah, those cults die instantly.
Nice.
Technically, you could roll 2 1s, or 8 1s, but
He
I
didn't roll
suppose I
very
could
great.
have.
oh, he does. These guys are so slow. Just the royal soul. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
You said the royal soy.
Yeah, like the royal we, the royal soy. We get it. All right, deck save for the abominations. Both fail. Both take 22 fire damage. Or not lead though. Flesh sculptor, deck save. Not bloodied, but takes a lot of damage. Okay. Yeah, you fire. Now that flesh sculptor is the one that you just fireball. He's gonna walk over here. Actually, he doesn't need to be in mid, so he's just gonna walk over here in the shadow of the pillar. And he's gonna cast haste on lead abomination.
Oh god.
If we break concentration, he's stunned to turn though.
True, but if this thing gets in you, it's so fucking over. And then this other cultist going on that initiative, so this is gonna go here, and he's gonna scream up at you with Raven's Agony. The 15 hit Father Hyperion.
I don't think so. Let me check though. No. No, it doesn't. His AC
Alrighty.
is 15.
Alrighty. Cool. There's a lot of shit happening at the western door where Renesmee's at, but it's outside, so you can't see any of it.
The were-raven picks her up and flies away.
Alright, this assistant brings this body to the Unreal, and this guy actually dashes over the other person he sacrificed. Swarm of Ravens. Which is one? Oh, this is the one inside. Okay, so that they're gonna continue to sort as best they can. They can't get any like.
Nope, I did that on purpose.
Yeah, you're a genius. You're a fucking statistician. 2 attacks against Renesmee, or sorry, Dogman.
Well.
Once. Then this is a beak below half and a beak normal against Zednius, both of which hit. For health. And 2 beaks against Maximus. Do I have those hit? I feel like one of them does.
Not with
Nope.
the shield.
Okay.
Almost had me.
Severus. Octavius Alice Canadian.
How's Nesme look?
Wait, I get to
She
pick the
dying?
She's not bloody.
Oh, really?
No. She's really close, but not there. Sevalus.
What?
It's your turn.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
Okay, well, then do something.
Yeah, the first thing I'm gonna do is walk back to my room. There we go.
Which room? Oh, your room.
Yeah.
In real life.
I'm out of vision of everybody, right?
Yeah, you can tactically do the hide action.
And since I'm a rogue, I can do that as a bonus action.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that.
Bro, I just got the vest stretching. Oh my god. Feels so good. Anyways.
For one of the ravens that flew over here, it should have provoked the opportunity from Max, but that's a bit late.
No, right? Would have had.
No? You said the room's pretty small.
No, yeah, you're right. It would have. That was like 2 turns ago, though. God damn.
Yeah,
It was
late for that.
literally last turn, but
No, it was like 2 turns ago.
It was.
I mean, here's where they're hitting me with damage.
It was like 2 turns ago. Anyways, what are you doing, Cyrus?
Can I hide right here where I am?
Yeah.
And then sneak up all the way to like... Wait, actually. Do I have enough movement for this? Where's the door?
What door?
Oh wait, there's like a balcony type thing, right?
Yeah.
That one, so I want to stay low. And would they see me as if I like enter here immediately?
No, not immediately. If you're crouched over the banister, you. That is 10.
Yeah, all I want to do
15,
is like
or 5,
take one shot from here.
20, 25, 30. Okay. And who do you want to shoot?
This guy.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's measured.
Fancy
If there's no
guy.
pillars in the way, yeah, you're good. Feel free. You do get sneak because it's from stealth. Very cool.
Do I also get advantage because of stealth?
I think so, right?
Yes.
I believe so, yes.
That's what gives him the
Sheesh! Yeah, that hits him. That's a lot
Please
of
come on,
damage.
because I'll have to jump down and do it.
Yeah, that arrow strikes into the old guy, and that's enough damage that it triggers a non-voluntary transformation. He turns into a.
Now,
warrior.
does he resist it because it's not
It's gonna
silver or
mob.
whatever?
That's a great question. I think. Ooh, that's a really interesting question. So here's the question, right? Do werewolves have silver resistance when they're in human form? Sorry, do they have damage resistance in human form? Or does that only apply when they're in wolf form?
I'm pretty sure it only applies to wolf.
I think it only applies in wolf form. So I think he does take this damage, and then he is forcefully turned into a werewolf. Well, transforms into a artist, but same difference.
Yeah, there's 42 damage.
Yeah, 42 damage.
Very
So
nice.
wait, does it
That's
Is
a
it
lot
work
of
the same-
damage?
Did it
can
carry
we assume it
over, or
works
does he
the-
look
yeah,
at
that's what
you?
I'm about to ask.
Carries
Yeah.
over. And they're the same
Uh,
creature, so it carries over.
Alex, are we gonna go
Is it bloodied?
past
Kopke?
Probably. Oh, you're right. We're like 2 minutes away, aren't we? No, we can continue
Yeah.
this next time.
Okay.
We'll just finish this round of
I feel
combat.
like
Because this is going on for a longer. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was Severus's
We
turn.
haven't even got the second raid
yeah.
in yet.
Your stealth is broken. Well, speaking of which, Yogi. On her turn, Beth and Karis is going to fly into the hall interior. Cost 15 feet of movement, so she has 120 minus 16 remaining. Only when she
God,
flies,
you
though,
haste it.
which is kind of like relevant to this. Okay, so she is going to. That is not a haste. I can see how that'd be confusing though, so I'm going to change that out.
No, I was joking. I was just saying that she's crazy
But
fast.
she does have some ability on her. I need to. Oh, that's just motions that she's flying. Okay. Okay, so she is still flying, but barely off the ground. Functionally, she's ground level. She will fly over to Goldsmith, so she's essentially levitating a little bit.
oh dear.
She will do one Briar Spear attack and one Raking Claws attack.
Ooh,
You get slashed for.
holy
Oh
fuck.
my god.
You get slashed for 36 slashing
Yep.
damage.
Hold on here. Oh fuck, it's a crit, so it's gonna hit anyway.
Yeah, no matter what.
God damn it. Hold on. Okay. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Warding Maneuver, which, while
Okay.
it won't actually do anything for the hit, it will give me resistance to this attack.
Yo, okay, so that's half that damage. That's big.
Very nice.
18 damage instead of 36. Not bad. And then she's
Sick.
going to
Alright.
fly backwards and use the flyby feature, which says the wearer can provoke opportunity attacks when it flies out of an enemy reach. So if it's on ground and walking, you can hit it, but it probably is
I
never
see,
going to do
but
that ever.
because she's flying.
Isn't that
yeah.
against the rules of being able to move and attack though?
Ooh.
Sounds
That's
like
true,
it sure
yeah.
is.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Yeah, she doesn't have a bonus action moves, so.
There's no move her back, bitch.
No, there is a. 'Cause I specifically wrote this so it's designed to swoop down, hit, and then withdraw. I'm just trying to remember where. Oh, I see. She has a special feature that I should have used, but I forgot. So, it is for this turn.
He's
She'll
typing
be
up
there.
right now.
Grapple
okay.
her.
She's within.
Crowbar.
Special
Okay,
feature
this is
that
the one
she
at the main
definitely
entrance.
had the
So,
entire time.
this abomination breaks through the
Tap,
door.
tap, tap, tap. The else feature, you know?
Yeah.
Breaks through the
you
door,
know.
moves creatures, and this one falls in. Now they can't do any attacks unless. Wait, I gotta check. Do crow abominations have a 10 foot? That's fucking low. This one, the one where Maximus is, can't do shit, but the one that has haste on it can do peck. Just a single peck attack. It's 10 foot range onto Dog Mesme. All right, Dog Mesme is gone. Renesme is in. Where is she?
Well, no good spot.
No, she's not. One could even
Yeah,
say
she-
quite bad. Luckily, Peach will probably be here
Increase
next week to
damage.
pick back up where her character is at.
Pick up the
She
fucking
will.
shambles
So,
11.
when Peach isn't here, it'll be there when she.
Yeah, Pog. Set it up perfectly.
Yeah, it was all intentional, I swear. Maximus.
Oh, fucking. She made the mistake of getting within shaking distance.
The Raven?
Yeah, we're gonna action
Average
surge.
not-
Considering she just did like 30 seconds shooting her, and I feel like you made the mistake of staying within 5 feet of her.
That
That's
may
just
be a
because
good
she
point,
crits.
actually.
Do you want me to
Yeah, that's
polymorph you?
true. It's just because she crit. That's the
True,
only
actually, she did. That was an insane crit. It was also a really good damage roll on the crit.
Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was pretty good.
Against her,
Yes.
miss, hit, hit, hit.
Thank
Start
God.
with the first one though, because she has a special feature on. All right, you take 9 cold damage,
Ouch.
Oh,
She's got armor of
wow, I'm
Agathis up.
Agathis.
and you take 6 more cold damage.
Ouch.
But you did get through her. The last attack and the last part of damage on the
Wow.
second attack, she hits her.
Those damage rolls were dog doo-doo.
Yeah, but you did get.
and
you wanna
I'm
get
also,
Did.
I'm also gonna second wind.
Cool.
Do you want to be polymorphed or no?
Do I want to be polymorphed?
Do you want to be?
Yeah, you're kind of in the worst situation right now.
Yes,
Well,
I would
Renesmee's
love
in
to be
probably
polymorphed.
the
I would
worst.
love to be polymorphed. That sounds
Renesmee's in a
sick.
pretty rough situation. There's two. We
Yeah, but I
got
can't see
there's
her.
two
I can't see
explodey
her.
boys
That's the
behind.
issue.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we have the ravens in the
Wait, all
interior
right,
of the
how much damage did I take?
You took, in terms of,
18
you took
plus
15 cold.
17.
No, not including the 18 I already again.
Oh, 17.
You took what?
Or
You took
15.
15
How much you
cold
took from
damage.
armor of
and-
Agathis? Armor of Agathis.
Yeah,
15.
15 cold damage from armor Agathis.
Oh my god. Okay,
It's
yeah,
level, it's level 3 armor
yeah,
of
I'm
Agathis.
doing
Yes,
I'm
it
doing
is.
real bad now. Yes, I would love
All
to be
right.
polymorphed.
Now the swarms of ravens. Now they're fun. Now I need to check their movement speed because I don't think any of these get to attack. No, they do. Sorry, flight is 50. Okay. Can they do anything else? All right. So they'll just spread a bit so they don't get fireballed when they're boosting. Okay, so that's going to be 2 attacks against Lars. Peck, peck. Hit on the first one for 4 damage. Then 2 attacks on Severus. Peck, peck. 8 damage. Peck, peck on Father Hyperion. Both miss. Now these are the crow abominations on the outside, and the entrance of the building is ultra fucking clogged right now, so they just kind of spend their turn waiting because they can't get any closer.
Well, there's still the wall up too.
Yeah, they just went around it because it's only 60 feet
Oh.
long, and they had like 3 full turns to do it.
Well, isn't it down the middle though? So they still can't get in unless they want to. Like, I don't
Correct.
think they
Yeah,
can.
yeah. When they squeeze through the entrance, if there's not an open space for them to walk into, then yeah, they take damage. Very large creatures can squeeze into medium-sized spaces for movement purposes. All right, now we are going to transfer 2 crow mongrels from the exterior map to the interior map, and their chests are burning with fire. And that is where we're going to head to this week's session because some unfortunate things may happen regarding Renesmee. I want that to happen when she's not here. So
Yeah, that's because you entered her.
Yeah,
I
that's all
thought
I'm
that
saying is
whole-
Harkon was
Okay,
controlling
to be
this.
clear, there was no like, oh guys, we're all gonna go over here and not guard the other entrances. I thought we were
Yeah,
closing the
let's-
doorways.
Ah,
thought that
yes,
was the
we need a
plan.
squishy caster. Let's instead of
She's
casting.
so squishy. She's the tankiest member in the party. She literally has
yeah.
the HP of anyone in the entire party.
Does she have any shape changes left?
No, she
No.
went through both.
Yeah, because she used the first one
Much
to get
HP
inside.
doth not a tank make, Alex?
Yes.
Yeah, she also has more
Ah, let's
HP than.
step up.
Effective HP, Lars and Maxence have more than her.
Lars
Yeah.
definitely does. It was maybe.
Also,
Takes
Also,
as
she
a dex
doesn't
save
have
for
any like
Maximus to
magic. She
receive
doesn't have
seven.
anything that.
None of you guys said anything else when I did it, so fuck
That's
you.
true. That's
None
true.
of you spoke up, so.
No, you're
We
controlling
did not say anything when you
Yeah,
entered her.
Anyways, so we're going to
What's
pause
the odds
here.
we just wiped though? I mean, I don't think this is looking great.
It's should be high. I mean, it is the boss fight of the entire arc, so I expect it to be quite high.
I would expect you to have a very
Would
small
it be
chance
no
of defeating the
Harkon
boss.
design it
Oh,
this way? Just
great design.
Yeah,
I think-
that's a good shot. So
I think
we
by
will,
high he means like not. Yeah, never mind.
we
Like,
will
when I,
pick it-
okay, in my mind, when you say a high chance of wiping, it's like less than 20% chance that people actually manage to not wipe.
Oh no, that's not what I
That's-
just.
that's
just think-
not-
like you can never make when you're balancing. All you can say is like, oh, this will be hard. Can't actually get percentages because the balance go fucked. Anyways, with that, we will be back next week at a similar time to conclude this battle. The Raven Tyrant arc. It's looking rough for our here, but you know we got some full HP spellcasters, lots of slots remaining, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Maybe not next week. I don't know how the scheduling stuff works, but soon we will do it. And goodbye.